Top of the top. Back on a Monday. What's up, y'all? What's up? We back again. Back Monday. What's up? Who up this morning? What's good, y'all? We back. It's June. Middle of the year. What's up? Let's go. Back at it. I had to take a break from all this shit. Yeah, take a break. Back, though. We back. Back to the shenanigans. I had to take me a little vacation, man. Yeah. All that madness. Nah. Nah. Yeah. You're not gonna make me miserable over your miserable life. Hey, like I said, ain't my fault 30 years done caught up with people. That ain't my fault. All right, who cares? I don't care about none of this stuff going. I don't care about none of it. I don't care about nothing. Nobody talking about, they ain't talking about what I'm talking about anyway. That's just where we at with it. So we up. I'm up on it. I'm refreshed. I'm not in a rush. I ain't going nowhere. So how was y'all weekend? How has your entertainment been? It's all entertainment, y'all. It's all entertainment. That's right. Everything will be time stamped. Everything is locked and loaded. I'm just dropping this link one more time because, like I said, I've been doing a lot of other stuff. I know in certain departments, that shit is boring. Fool, if I want to see all this violence and all this weird behavior, all I got to do is watch the ID channel. That's about it. That's what hip-hop looking like, the ID channel. That shit looking like the ID channel and Unsung. You hear me? We back at it again. Let's go. All right, let's go. Yeah, we live around here. Ain't no schedule. This ain't no program. This ain't no Hollywood, nothing. All right? This ain't scripted. We up. Top of the top. Tiger, what's up? What's up, Denise? What's up, Black? Yeah, this ain't number Snap. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, QB? Hopefully everybody been enjoying their life. Hopefully. What's up, Shirley? What's up, Miss Brian? All right, look. Check it out. What's up, Dramatic? We're going to get into it. Some things been going on I missed. A lot of stuff been going on, man. We got to get into it. Things I spoke about, everybody talking about. I ain't going to say everybody talking about it, but something I spoke about 2 years ago, we're going to talk about it today because now they saying it, that Diddy was never a billionaire. Bingo, even though I already told you already. All right? So today we're going to look at Diddy was never a billionaire. He was in a slave contract, straight up. All right? Meaning he's getting a public lynching right now. And guess what? Remember what I said last week? I said, this case been getting real. And what I say last week, I said, if you notice, it's been getting downplayed. It's been some stuff going on, y'all. When I told y'all the main thing happened, or telling you, as a now look like he's gonna get fried. So remember, I was talking about what what the president said. It's like he put it out there. It's like he's gonna get fried, and he's gonna tell people going down with him, and then it's gonna be based on if he's gonna get a pardon or not later on. But he's gonna get convicted. That's what it's looking like, because we're gonna go through it again today. The realest stuff has already played out where everybody's laughing and joking. And that's when I was able to see that everybody was playing the game. Everybody, when I kept telling you they in on it, the realest stuff has already happened. We're going to get into it today. All right. Top of the top. Who up? All right. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Lil Durk charges spot. Yeah, right. There's no such thing as Lil Durk going to jail. All right. We spoke about that already. All right, that's right. Diddy was never a billionaire. Jay-Z name in court. We'll get to that. We're going to get to everything, y'all. We getting everything this morning. What's up? Top of the top. What's up? We're going to look at what the people saying. We're going to look at what the world's saying. We're going to get into this Diddy trial. And I had no clue that Jay-Z name was mentioned in the trial. So I said things like, the whole purpose is to make Jay-Z hot, keep his name hot on that stove. You're going to constantly see that there's no escaping this because there's no way out. I also didn't get a chance to talk about D-ROC, Biggie's homeboy, his best friend. We're going to be talking about that today. Yeah, because like I said, everything I already spoke about, check the catalog. I'm going to try my best to put everything together on that front page. But as of now, we're going to get back into what was already said and bring it up to date. What up, Punches? What up, bro? So, D-ROC name was mentioned in court too, because anybody around him, they're not good. That's the whole purpose of their name coming up in court. Because if you are smart, you would know that you do not want your name with nobody accused of what he has done, whether you did right or wrong, period. So I've been seeing what's going on, y'all. That's why Jay-Z name, his name will not just stop being mentioned. All right? And it's being mentioned in court. D-ROC, one of Diddy's fake security. So you hear about Diddy's security guards? The main security guard, when you hear that word security guard, you think of D-ROC. Because he the main one that was doing dirt. He wasn't no damn real security guard. That's the whole key. He was Diddy's security guard, but he wasn't legal security guard. If you get it, D-ROC. That's why his name is in it, because he's not getting away, y'all. Because it's set up to be like that. When I said it's set up to be like that, nobody's getting away. No kind of way. Yo, this black entertainment is sad. It's horrific. Meaning it's so dry, so boring, so corny. If I go 2 days without checking nothing, and I'm looking at stuff like, what up, Sister T? The YouTube timeline, I'm not going to say nothing about that. YouTube is horrible, y'all. That shit is horrible. All right? It is so many people. I'm talking about everybody. Basically, YouTube got turned into TikTok. All right? Diddy trial start today, y'all. It start back. And what they saying, something very important is happening today. That woman by the name of Mia is back on that stand. That she the main ones, y'all. I'm telling you, this thing real. So like I said, you're going to notice something. When the Diddy trials took off, all this stuff started happening. What else I noticed? The most important, I don't know if y'all noticed this, the most important days of the Diddy trial, you started seeing shenanigans and other stuff going on. And you start seeing all this spectacle. I'm starting hearing about all these crowds outside the Diddy trial, man. I'm telling you what's going on. What's up, Jay? Yo, I seen people covering what's going on outside the trial. That boy Diddy getting fried up in that thing. He getting fried. But see, the key to him being fried is just going faster in the direction of him working a deal. That's right. Either working a deal or taking everybody with him. Either way, you should know what is going to happen. Something like that. What up, Real Cake Pet? Shout out to everybody that's up. All right. Holla at y'all. My bad. I know y'all ain't get to see some of y'all ain't holler in a couple days, but we up. Because like I said, today is going to be real. Because like I said, the real stuff is what you pay attention to. Go back into what I said. When I knew they was portraying this woman to be so scared that she could not show her face. And a story she said, and we're going to get back into that. When that woman said that Diddy RAPE'd her 3 times, that was just what she said out of her mouth. And witness beatings. Something else we're also going to talk about today. What's up, LJ? Like I said, remember when I said they're not letting it go about all those RIPE allegations? No. Not no. RIP. The stuff you heard about them saying with RIPs, they still bring it up. I'm going to show y'all today. We're going to go back into it. I spoke about Diddy and Prince before. We're going to talk about it today. Let's go. What's up, LJ? What's up? What's up, K. Nimrod? What's up? What's up, John Gannett? What's up? Hold up. I believe that Diddy will walk, then him, Jay-Z, and Kanye will become priests. Yeah, sounds good. They already priests. They already priests. You forgot the religion is rap. You forgot that. Yeah, I did a video on that too. Rap is a religion. That's what they turned it into. Remember, it's really just music, y'all. But out of all music, it became somebody else's religion, culture, and all of that. No. You guys produced a hip-hop culture. But then again, we're going to get into that. I'm going to throw this at y'all. For anybody that want to get this through their head, when I get into the real history of this music, hip-hop period, I'm gonna just make it real simple. All I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get into the history of the beat machines. I'm gonna go into the history of the music, and I'm gonna prove that you guys, or us, whatever you want to say, we never owned music anyway. We never owned hip hop anyway. From the beginning, hip hop was an experiment, and it was dropped off in the ghetto. I'm gonna explain all that at a later date. Proving on that. All right. When you understand where these beat machines come from, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I got a lot coming up for members only. I promise you that, y'all. I promise you that. Hopefully you saw a movie, The Code. I'm about to release the movie, The Code. That's going to be public series, but watch what I get into this summer. Let's go. I just been waiting. Let's go. So now let's get back into the trial. We ain't just talking about the trial. We talking about the whole thing. See, today we're going to talk about Diddy wasn't a billionaire. Now, you keep hearing about people saying, yo, how come Diddy getting all the blame? You keep hearing all this stuff about he had people over him. What about this? You keep hearing these sayings, right? Okay, just listen to them. Just keep your ears open. Let's go. What else we talking about today? We got to talk about it because I couldn't the other day. Zion Williamson. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Another one. Another one. One of the biggest flops. Then you're going to see a coincidence. Somehow, Zion Williamson and Ja Morant was drafted the same exact year in the top 5 from the same place, South Carolina born. But for some reason, both of them have embarrassed themselves and ruined their career for some strange reason, because I told you that it's over for certain people in this entertainment game because they have been abusive and too much stupidity, y'all. So what are we talking about with abuse? Y'all didn't get when they got LeBron to start this whole thing of I'm leaving. Disrupting organizations, dismantling organizations. Did you know Zion Williamson tried that too? I want to leave New Orleans. I want to leave New Orleans. I want to leave. But they say, you ain't going nowhere. Then he's trying to force his way out. I think he tried to use the trick of keeping his weight up so they'll trade him. Keeping his weight up. He was trying to get out of there, y'all. But I think they said, Zion, that's enough. We're not playing with you no more. Because all you're going to see is somehow he was supposed to be the next this, the next that, the next this, the next that, but he ain't been nothing but a big dummy. And he's embarrassing. Mighty funny, as soon as he grew out a goatee, he get accused of doing goat behavior. All right? He get accused of jumping on people. All right? But then again, y'all, it's really twisted with Zion too, because I'm going to be real. A part of me saying, I think he is being set up. But then a part of me saying, I think he's this stupid because I just how I look at Zion, a dummy. Because him and Ja Morant proved us one thing. They're both stupid. It's just that it was 2 dimensions shown. You know, it was 2 dimensions shown on 2 sides of the coin, right? They both got drafted. Zion and Ja Morant. One side of the coin, the idiot, dances with guns on top of cars. The other side of the coin, the other one's a sexual deviant. Do you see the pattern? They're criminals and they're freaky. Do you see the pattern? I'm going to keep showing you, right? I don't got to keep watching the news entertainment because all I know is going to be what? Black embarrassment. What else? Black disgrace. I don't want to keep watching that. I already know about that. But that's all you're going to get this summer. So like I said, I had to take a couple of days off because I'm enjoying my life. I ain't keep talking about idiots. That's right. So I had to put together some real work. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all know you're going to see the face. Just look at it. 22 million people came in this country. Look who has been kept. I just don't get it. What the hell is going on, y'all? As soon as 22 million people in the country, all of a sudden, these guys ain't superstars no more. These guys are falling down a goddamn cliff all of a sudden. Or was their time just up? When I kept saying, you're not the favorite no more. It's because they did it. When you're abusive like Zion, you abusing them owners. I know y'all ain't looking like that, but I'm telling you, they all got brainwashed by LeBron. So you look at when LeBron came in, how the players started not respecting their job, their craft, their career, their legacy. They started saying, I want the money. I'm going here. They turned into rappers. I want a record deal over here. I'm going to Cleveland. I'm going to Miami. I'm going to get me a record deal. I'm going to get me a new chain. That's what they was doing. I'm going to the strip club. They fucking stupid, y'all. Everybody else always knew career first, career first. Obviously knew that, career first, career first. This man came and played. He showed his incompetency. He can't play a whole season. No, it's embarrassing. What else they showing you? Their DNA is weak now. They keep getting hurt. Their DNA has been weakened. You mean to tell me they're big, looking strong, but their DNA is weak? Yep, that's proven through Zion. He been getting hurt years straight. All of them. LeBron, my leg. Kyrie, my leg. Durant, my leg. No, their DNA has been altered. I told y'all already. Somehow their DNA is altered. Their brain got weak. Their flesh got weak. They can everything about them became weak. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the food. All right, so look, a woman who says she was in a long-term relationship with Zion Williamson has filed a civil suit. Now, that's the only thing make me look at this shady, because it's that long-term relationship. What up, Punches? We ain't gonna say nothing about the Knicks, bro. We ain't gonna say nothing. I told you they love to build them grown-ass people up and break their fucking heart. I told you, they love to do that. Hey, the Knicks always gonna be in my heart, but they gonna be like a relative that I don't rock with. Until they win the championship, until they at least make it to the finals, I ain't going for none of that. But you keep going for it, because you won't grow up. Hey, you didn't get it, bro. Ain't no way in hell I've been a Knicks fan my whole life, and I'm gonna keep going for that. That ain't gonna work. So anyway, I told you the Knicks gonna always be a good show, and I said when Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, and the rest of them come, they gonna stay with bad luck. Bingo, let's go. Let's go. Because all of them catching L's. So the only thing I give a pass to, which I don't know, is they was together for a long time. But this is why I also feel like part of this is to scare us, y'all. I think a lot of this is to scare us from relationships. Because I said it the other day, for those who caught that happy hour, shout out to everybody on the happy hour on Friday. We went 10 hours having a ball. You did have a fun, right? When we spoke about a lot of stuff. But see, one of the main things that I was talking about is how these people, like with Zion, let me just go through it real quick. He's supposed to be with this woman for so long. But now, it's this treachery stuff. But you know this was going on the internet before. Remember on the internet, you kept seeing all this drama. People say they love each other. Then after that, they slaying each other. I told you, that's the narrative, y'all. Them people can't do nothing right. They can't even be in a relationship. What's up, Black Zionists? So you keep seeing this behavior where they try to, it's like, damn, am I supposed to be scared of women now? Am I supposed to be scared to deal with a woman because I got to worry about them trying to set me up now on every level? Meaning I could just meet a woman, she could try to set me up. Also, I can be with a woman, break up with her, she still gonna try to set me up. So you see where this going at? So you can clearly see this thing called trust out the window, y'all. You know, trust has been tarnished. When I heard this, now let's look. I'm not the smartest man in the world. Zion going through relationship drama. Remy Ma and Papoose, relationship drama. This Diddy trial is all about relationship drama. Cardi B, Offset, relationship drama. You don't see the pattern of incompetence, behavior, of stupidity, and just dumbiness. You don't see it yet. Thank you very much. It's this pattern, y'all, of bad, depressing, dumb news. Domestic violence. You mean to tell me motherfuckers get rich and still get caught up in domestic violence, knowing I can act like a chick invisible and just act like she ain't even there? Meaning I can just act like she talking like Charlie Brown while I'm counting my money. You mean to tell me I'm still going to be mad when I can jump my Ferrari and just go? Come on, stop. You mean to tell me I'm so rich that this chick get on my nerves so much, bro, I can just go on a trip, leave her ass in the house by herself for like a month straight. Just say, you know what? I'm going to be so petty with you. I'm going to stay in a hotel. You can stay in a mansion. Here you go. And I just stay in a hotel, in a bogus car, in a bogus room. Shit on her like that. See, I got ways to do shit, bro. I ain't got to argue and fight with you. I let her, you going to stay by yourself. I'm out. That's it. That's it. And I'm gonna be petty to stay in a hotel. And I might talk to you the whole time too. All right? Put it like that. All right? Because y'all still don't learn about DVs neither, right? They still ain't learned, bro. You ain't gonna win no domestic violence. You ain't gonna win. But you didn't know that your brain was a peanut. So they know now that a lot of women been knew how to push out buttons. Been knew that, like, pop, 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 like women, you know, they nice with that shit. Woman been know how to master your ass like a cell phone, bro. That's why she been know how to push your buttons off and on and just fucking play with y'all. Woman know that. I rock with his ass. I play with his ass enough. I'll get his ass to go right in jail and I'll be with my new man this summer. Yeah, because they still ain't learn about domestic violence, bro. Still ain't learn that. What's the truth? Well, the man can't control his own pee, but he always want to try to control a woman pee. That's the problem. All right, that's her stuff, bro. Like I said the other day, you got yours, she got hers. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Look, and then the whole thing is this. That's why it's called playing house. Now, remember, it's not like domestic violence be mostly married couples. It's mostly they not. So we know domestic violence is not right no kind of way, but you can at least understand it if they're a married couple and they've been going through hell so much, they go at it and they just love each other so much, they just fighting it, but they ain't going nowhere. They married. There's a difference. You got couples be going through that shit, ain't even married, bro, and ain't been doing it their whole life. Bro, you mean to tell me you got domestic violence charges, you never was married not once? Okay, then. Well, they said this. What? A particular people is the least married, and they are the what? Most divorced. So, with all these RAPEs, allegations and talk, it just goes with the narrative. Like I said, I know what it's all about. Diddy's the proof. Was Diddy married? No. They're the most unmarried. And what else? The most getting divorced. Those are proven facts already, y'all. All right? So, but you're not getting is, thank you very much. That's the formula for the freaky behavior. You don't get it. Least married, most divorced, meaning the most freaky. Least married, most divorced, meaning what? Most sex out of wedlock. That's them. See, I'm going to keep showing you how it's always going to go back to that way. Huh? Least married, most divorced. What else they say? Most with STDs. What else they say? Most with unplanned pregnancy. See, it's all with the narrative. So I'm going to keep showing you. I can laugh and joke, but I'm always going to know the truth in everything. What does Zion represent? Okay. Huh? The least unmarried, the most divorced. Huh? The most unplanned pregnancy. Did you not hear stories about what? Unplanned pregnancy. You have the most hear what? Disease. How you know that? You always hear about unplanned pregnancy, which means the same narrative of what? They don't wear condoms. What narrative keep getting? They don't wear condoms. What you get from the Diddy trial? They don't wear condoms. What you heard? Cassie got stuff in her mouth. Cassie got all this stuff. But I'm supposed to think it all went away. But then I can see how one day in court they would say Cassie that all these sores in her mouth, all this shit, and I still would see people saying Cassie, and just all of them. Family, they don't just share the same behavior. They share the same STDs. They share the same drugs. They share the same everything. Woman, man, everything. Y'all, they share everything. Because that's just how they roll. The opposite. Straight opposite. Because when they say brother, when they say love each other, that means what I got, you got. You can have whatever you got what I got. So I got the disease, you gonna have it too. We together forever. We family. That's them. That's right. That's them. What's up, y'all? Good morning, everybody. Damn, the first rapper with an endorsed commercial condoms would have been rich. Giving y'all all another jewel, YouTubers. Somebody started endorsing condoms to get rich. All right, be the face of condoms. The first rapper that did that, they wouldn't even have to rap no more, dummy. All you had to do was just make your little rap commercials for the condom, dummy. You couldn't even do that. Told you they all stupid. Let's go. Oh, they want to sell. They want to sell hot ass rap snacks in the hood, but they don't want to sell condoms. See, they want to sell you hot ass rap snacks, but that's how you get little kids high off that hot stuff and get people high as hell and horny and have sex with no condom eating hot fries. Yeah, that's them. Rap snacks. Rap snacks in the hood, no condoms. You should have been made a rapper and just called it the rapper, but they couldn't do that. See, because they stupid. They don't use condoms, y'all. They don't believe in that. The opposite of us. They don't believe in condoms and they don't believe in pulling out. That's right. And women don't believe in making a girl take a shower first. That's them. So let's go. Zion is being considered as a weird pervert and he's abusive. So let's look at this, y'all. We up on a Monday. The lawsuit obtained by Fox 8 was filed under Jane Doe and outlines allegation that spans several years in multiple states. Oh, man, Zion, several years in multiple states, including California, Louisiana, and Texas. And those are states that'll fry his ass. Damn, Zion. See, Louisiana. Why? Yo, y'all. Let me tell you right now, when I say this Diddy trial made me see how dumb all of them are. This fool had no clue who them Saints owners are. He had no clue who he was playing with. He tried to pull an Anthony Davis because LeBron did that to get Anthony Davis traded. He tried to do the same thing. Family, they kept thinking it was going to play with these owners. The only reason why the owners kissed y'all ass because it was a big black entertainment crowd. It was a big black thing, man. You know, when Obama was in office, man, everybody bowed down and got on their knee. You know, all them executives. See, I forgot about all them executives, all them rich people, all them ex-plantation owners. They all got in line. They all shut up. They played a role. They say, hey, y'all guys take the front. It's all about y'all, man. Hey, y'all winning, man. Hey, make us this money. We good. Just fill up them arenas. But when I've been telling you that people don't go to games no more, people don't watch the games no more. They said, well, hey, it's no need to pay you guys like that no more. Why are we paying y'all to be superstars when y'all people don't even watch y'all no more or come to the games? All y'all people want to be like influencers and stuff like that, like rappers and professional twerkers. Like they're not into sports like that. So why are we even paying y'all? As a matter of fact, they've been investing so much money overseas getting players for the low that don't run their mouth, that don't shut up. And that's why I proved to y'all last week, since 2018, no Black American has won nothing, no MVPs. Huh? 7 years straight, MVP has been going to all foreigners, or should I say international family members, all right? No. You mean to tell me they was the main ones worshiping Jordan and Kobe, but now they ain't nowhere on the top of the top, nowhere? Yep. Why? They became failures. They wasn't studying Kobe. They were studying how to be like rappers. Let's go, like rappers. But now LeBron James, he turned into a toy. He's missing. He don't want to be black no more neither. We're going to talk about that. So the suit claims he became angry after she said she was tired and wanted to sleep. She accuses him of calling her derogatory names before sexually assaulting her, throwing her phone, and screaming at her. That's what Zion did. The question is, y'all, how many of y'all believe it? Y'all know we do votes. What's up, y'all? I'm glad to see y'all, man. I ain't see y'all in a couple days, but I miss y'all. What's up? Did you think Zion did it? Or you think they making it up on Zion? But all I know is one thing. All I know is one thing that's a fact. I know the only fact is he kept playing around with those Saints owners. Rick charge. Deshaun Watson got charged with 22 women in spa parlors. But you know what I know about Deshaun Watson? He kept playing around with them Texas Houston owners. You know what he said? I want to trade. I want to trade. I want to trade. I want to trade. You know what they were doing? Go to social media talking drunk. I want to trade. Guess what they did? Next thing you know, Deshaun Watson, 22 victims, career over with. They kept thinking they were going to play with them owners. See, the owners only shut up because they played a bet. But they say a lot of y'all been trying to take advantage because the owners don't say nothing. But see, the same thing Diddy did, which I got to get. They all did what Diddy did. Are we going to talk about it today? Zion did it. LeBron did it. What they say? I'm going to turn the black community against you. You're going to let me out this trade. Because y'all know, if you don't let me out this trade, and I go on their internet, that Twitter, I go on their internet, yeah, I'm going to turn the black. They knew this. That's why I keep telling you it's all related. When Diddy went to the owners of Ciroc and told them, I will turn the black community against you. Next thing you know, bop, bop, bop. We're going to talk about it today, how Diddy wasn't a billionaire, slave contract. What else about these people? They forget they be in contracts. So they really start thinking, I'm the man. But they forget humble beginnings. If I was a nobody, these people have been scouting me, sending people out, flying people out on planes, paying people to go see me young play, watching me, studying me. Thinking about investing in me. Draft come, the people believed in me, they picked me. They already had a plan. They've been planning this shit for a minute. They finally get me. They break me the bag. What else is Zion? Jordan bless him with a bag. This fool endorsed by Jordan ain't do shit, ain't sell not one sneaker. As of now, Zion has been the worst basketball player ever signed to Jordan, ever. Even goddamn Westbrook better than him. Ever. He disgraced. Luka Doncic, foreigner, Slovenia, Jordan brand, make Jordan look good. But they didn't understand that even Jordan was able to give a job to who? A so-called European that plays better than Zion because Zion is sorry. Nobody buys their sneakers. I told you that. When they made it where nobody going to brand themselves in the NBA, who sneaker has been big since Jordan? Now wait. Then again, I'll make it easier for you. Who sneaker been big since Kobe died? You still didn't get it, dummies. Over 10 years, no black sneaker in the NBA has been selling. You have never in your life went outside and saw a pair of Zions because your kids were wearing Crocs. All right? They didn't say, Mommy, I want Zions. Everybody's wearing Crocs. It was all a game, bro. All a game. No. Yeah, nobody wears LeBrons. Nobody wears Steph Curry. Nobody wears James Harden. Nobody wears none of them sneakers. That's why they got to go. So let's go. They all finished, y'all, because they got too big for their britches. You're going to see every black NBA player, they got big mouth, they done. It's all together. James Harden. You got to put them all together. I want to get a trade. They will ruin organizations. Ruin them. So guess what? They forgot there was such thing called 30 owners. They forgot they all come together. We got to stop this shit. So you mean to tell me that's like you You're going to work for Amazon, get their money, and then leave them. And you're going to say, I'm about to go to Google. And then you go to Google, you just keep going to places and say, I want more money. I'm about to quit. Fuck that shit. I'm going here. Then what happens is everybody just get together and they just have a conversation about your ass. You know what? We got to stop this shit. Somehow they just think they're going to go from team. They're just going to keep taking money and just get out of contract. First of all, we got the behavior. We got the proof of their behavior of what they disloyal anyway. We showed in every movie. They double crossers. They cross their own. They're not to be trusted. We know that already, but we going to prove it through contract. Matter of fact, let them just keep breaking contracts. Just let them get it. Let them get it. Let them get it. Let them get it. So what happened? They let them keep breaking contracts, but now they're not getting written no more contracts. And that's what happened. All right? Because of him. It was all a plot. Monkey see, monkey do. So now, right? Guess what? Now you're not getting no more contracts. I peeped this after them because I've been peeped how they've been raising up all these other players. They say, you guys are just too fucking much. You guys are too much, right? You're too much. You always keep bringing your shit with you. You want to do everything but just play ball and shut the. You don't even want to do that. So get the fuck out of here. That's what they said all they ass, y'all. Straight up. You got to think about KD behavior. You got to think about Kyrie behavior. You got to think about all they fucking behavior you put in one room. That's all they ask. Get it? So now we're going to talk about LeBron James don't want to be black no more. Saying that I told you with LeBron. No, say that I told you with Beyonce. Y'all forgot usually when basketball season over with LeBron be talking. I'm going to prove the gate. LeBron don't want to be black no more. Not at all. Hell no. What else we going to look at? How LeBron been deflected from this Diddy shit. How LeBron is an actor. What happened to the shop, y'all? What happened to that show LeBron had about him, on his black talk in the shop? But then again, LeBron's an actor. He never sat in a barbershop a day in his life. Stop it, LeBron. All right? But then again, that's when the shop was a fad. And just so happened I was working in the shop. Because I was working in the shop when I saw the shop become a fad. Huh? When I seen fools trying to learn how to cut on the internet. Stop it, bro. Anyway, monkey see, monkey do. But if I didn't know my real research around here, we know already that LeBron James companies have been crashing. Yes, they have. Look them up. He's been losing money for a couple years now. His companies have been crashing. Why you think the shop only had 2 seasons? But you didn't notice that. Then everything LeBron does have as 2018, 2 seasons, that's it. Why? Because that's when it was a fad to be black. And this is when I told you LeBron James and them had media companies to control algorithms. That was it. Not for content, not for nothing, but to control algorithms and to put spotlight on them. Huh? When he was acting like me in the shop when his fool ain't a fucking barber at all. He's not a barber or a customer. Then you're going to see lame-ass shows like Mav Hoff and the rest of them do it to this day. Because they're nothing but a bunch of pricks sitting around gossiping like chicks. Another reason why I left the shop, they gossip more than hair salons and braiding shops. Even in the braiding shop, they just braid and shut up. No, you guys became you-know-what. You became you-know-what. Because everybody has a little bit of Diddy in everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a little bit of Diddy in them, y'all. You get it? Don't forget that part. So, Diddy LeBron got a lot of Diddy in him. That's right. He spread his love to others. We up this morning on Monday. That's right. I've been down for a couple days, but guess what? We might be here for a couple days. Let's go. We up. Who up? Top of the top. So let's go. We got a lot to talk about today. So this is what we talking about, right? LeBron don't want to be black no more. Why you think you ain't been seeing LeBron? Last time you saw LeBron headlining. No, he trying to go whites once again. Let me speed it up for you. All right? You see this when LeBron want to be black. But see, ever since this Diddy stuff, his company's been crashing. So when I told you he been able to finesse media, why? His fans don't know his business life. His fans don't know about his life crashing, but we know about it. We know about it very well. So what else? Let me just prove it to you. Here's my proof how LeBron James does not want to be black anymore. All right? His new podcast with Mr. Steve Nash. He don't want nothing to do with that black shit no more. Not at all. You see that? That one was cool. But you forgot he's a fucking actor. He's a straight actor acting like he in a shop. Like they talking about black conversations. No, y'all like punks. Fool, that man pants tighter than any girl I seen anytime. I ain't seen a woman with pants that tight in so long. Please start wearing them pants again, ladies. Damn. I at least need to see some tight pants on fucking Cass or something. Damn, ladies. Shit, can I see a tight pants on your knee? Something. When y'all gonna take our damn clothes back? Shit, at least wear them too. I ain't saying take them away, just wear them too. Goddamn. Let's go. All right, because ever since this, they don't want to be black no more. They definitely want to be down with Diddy. See that? Here's the proof. What we looking at? LeBron James trying to rebrand himself. He's hiding, y'all. But guess what? That shit ain't going to work. Talk that black talk now, LeBron. Talk it now. No. Don't try to go white ever since you got charged by Busby. No, bro. No, you exposed. But we knew that when you went on Pat McAfee. You been trying to get away from the black like Scooby-Doo. You know how Scooby-Doo don't lazy moving, but that shit don't go nowhere. That's him. LeBron, you trying to move and shit. This shit ain't going nowhere, bro. Sorry. LeBron, we know your Malibu home got burnt. Are you doing podcasts from hotels somewhere in the cut? I don't know. Fool, you ain't never in your life spoke about Steve Nash. But all of a sudden, he was Steve Nash. No, y'all, here's my proof to the world. LeBron James don't want to be black no more. Because ever since he been mentioning at Diddy parties, he ain't trying to be like that no more. But he can't run, y'all. He can't run. I'm just giving y'all the proof, y'all. Everybody on this channel already know exactly what I'm talking about. Laugh your ass off today, y'all. See that? That fool been hiding out. They made that fool turn into a toy with lipstick. And on top of that, they got him trolling himself with this commercial. See, when I told you got to watch TV to get this shit, they got him trolling himself in a commercial. They said the only way you going to, any king talk coming out your mouth, LeBron, that shit going to be on a video game. And he got a commercial for this shit like he a big-ass kid, y'all. Swear to God. He been humiliated. I've been telling you that. Been humiliated. So what are you looking at? LeBron James is a clown. But it's not that. You're going to see this pattern, y'all. They're not in their glory no more. See? But see, Zion is in his shit because he got it from LeBron. What I mean is, ever since he wanted to trade, he tried to force them for a trade, y'all. He been trying to do that about 2 years. They say you ain't going nowhere. Diddy try to force a trade. Let me have my contract. Give me some more money. If you're not going to turn them against you. They always doing that shit, so you're not getting that. When you think about everybody taking a knee, do you think about it all playing this game? We're going to get this money, and we just going, you know what I'm saying? They started feeling themselves, y'all. They started extorting companies, y'all. They started extorting owners. Get it? I'm going to get this money. If they don't give me this money, I'm going to act hurt. I ain't going to play. I'm going to just, that's what they was doing, y'all. So my point is, the powers that be let them keep going and going and going, and they just let them keep going until they can replace them. And then they replace them. It's been foreigners that won 7 years straight MVPs. They don't need y'all no more. Goodbye. See? So when you see this right here, LeBron, then you really get a laugh. Because they say, fool, the only way you'll ever be a king is in a goddamn cartoon video game. So they made him do this commercial. Now, if you don't believe me, you just ask, when the hell has you ever seen LeBron James do a king commercial? Then on top of that, to troll him, you talk all that black talk, you're going to talk about this white cartoon character king, and you're going to promote it too. That's right, Royal Kingdom. Trolling this dumbass. I get everything. It ain't my fault y'all don't get it all. Because the joke's on you. He was never my king. No, your king been getting trolled because he's a cartoon character. Ever since he been around Mr. Diddy, they say, LeBron, what? Got his ass knocked out. Because I told you, man, this whole trial is about what Diddy did to the men. You're going to see the men that been around Diddy, somehow their life just crumbling, and somehow they just running, and somehow Jay-Z name mentioned in court. Because they being petty, that's why. That's right. That's right. New York on the run for their baby oil. Shout out to everybody from New York that does not participate in baby oil behavior. Let's go. Kevin Hart turned himself in. Why? Because they saying there's all of them. The word is, y'all, Diddy gonna tell on all their ass. This is what I'm saying. All jokes aside, y'all, the real case continues today. That lady Mia, she putting all the bullets in Diddy as we speak. That's right. Mia is putting all the bullets in him. Also, Miss Capricorn, we're gonna talk about her. Miss Capricorn been lighting fires. That's right. They the main two that been lighting these fires, y'all. That's gonna make it stick. Remember I told you, you gotta have a woman of a certain complexion to make it stick. See, but I kept telling you. See, Dawn Richard's story was weak. When I said it, Dawn Richard, they didn't even let her be the star in the trial. Not even in the trial. Capricorn Clark is more of a star than Dawn Richard. Cassie's a star more than Dawn Richard. The lady with no face, Mia, is a star more than Dawn Richard. Because you don't get it. Diddy abused them people. He abused his own people. That's right. And his own people ain't going to testify anyway. That's right. And then if he did victimize Dawn, He didn't. Why? She said he didn't put hands on her. All right? You'll notice she didn't really tell on Diddy. If you really notice, Don Richard didn't really say nothing. But every other woman said Diddy did this, Diddy did that, Diddy did this. Don Richard didn't really say nothing threatening, did she? Okay then. Because there's no such thing as abusing black celebrities if you know the unwritten rules. All right? So show me. It only worked on R. Kelly because they want his ass in jail. That's it. So you'll clearly see the first time it didn't work on R. Kelly, they didn't care. All right? They let that 15-year-old be 38 years old and then they put R. Kelly in jail. Stop it. All right? So anyway, let's go. Diddy was never really a billionaire. Shout out to Media Takeout. All right? They be tapped in. Yeah, they do. Anyway, something I spoke about. Now it's to the public. We're going to speak about it. This man was in a modern-day slave contract, y'all. That's why I say it. Fantasy game's over with, y'all. This is part of helping people wake up and grow up. All right? This is what I've been going through on my channel the whole time when I've been getting into the details of this whole thing, man. You was always told follow the money, but somehow you never did that, right? But then again, people don't know about accountants and shit like that anyway, right? This is the proof that people grown as hell, but nobody really was knowing what's going on. Everybody still think it's a joke. Then ask yourself, how did so many grown people become so goofy that they actually became more goofy than the kids? Can you figure that out yet? This man was never a billionaire. Just like I said, there's no proof that Jayz is a billionaire. 2.5. We had no proof of that to this day because it never was proven. That they always counting all their money in deals. Have no proof of nothing they built, nothing. No built, nothing. I also think part of them letting them lie. Let's look at it. See, you're not looking at it. Okay. Yeah, they lie about the people they shoot. Yeah, they lie about all the money they got. They lie about what? The cars be rented, right? How many times we hear the story? The cars be rented, right? We hear everything be fake. The jury be fake, right? We hear all of that. So why we won't get through our head, maybe even their numbers are fake. Maybe they stepped it up. When you Diddy and you've been getting away with fake shit your whole life in Jay-Z, why a dumbass won't comprehend? Maybe it got to a point where they started lying about their numbers as another promotional tool. Meaning, okay, they're in a different level in life. They don't lie about shooting people no more. They don't lie about the drugs they sold. They don't lie about the shit they don't do. They just started lying about their numbers. And then told you numbers don't lie. That's what it's starting to look like to me, y'all. I don't care what you're talking about. What else? Family, do you think I would have $1 billion and turn myself in? Do you think I would do that? Do you think I would do that? Do you really? Family, if I'm going to jail, I'm going to make that shit OJ times 10. Fool. It's going to be America Most Wanted. I'm going to be like Bin Laden Most Wanted. I want to be, after I'm already wanted like Diddy, I want to be the most wanted man in the world ever in American history. That's what I want to do. I want to be the first billionaire to be on the run and trolling everybody like that movie, Catch Me If You Can. So I always said it about y'all. A lot of y'all always been trained like that. They just walk their way. Fool, a big-time drug dealer, he walking himself back to court. Fool, you want to get fried, didn't you? You made it so easy for them. You made it easy on him, the lawyer, everybody. Fuck it. No, bro, you was supposed to stash that money and go on the run. Fuck it. That's what we supposed to do, bro. No, y'all were trained to do that shit. I'm going to court. I'm going to take my stuff to jail. I'm going to try to beat this. Nah, man, that was never going to work, bro. See that now, right? All right, then. Let's go. At the center of Diddy's financial myth, his financial myth, which was a lie, fairy tale, fantasy land. Because you control millions of them by saying how rich somebody is. If you're rich, they'll bow down and kiss your grits. Let's go. Diddy's financial myth was Ciroc. Thank you, Black. The brand he helped turn into a cultural staple. So when they say hip hop your culture, that's your culture, right? Buy the Ciroc. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Part of the trick was, once we convince them hip hop is their culture, anything we sell in hip hop, they're gonna buy it because it's their culture. You ain't gonna support your culture. Oh, you ain't gonna spend no money in your culture. You ain't gonna support the culture. What you say in the club? Tell the truth. I swear to God, y'all better not lie to me. Y'all better not lie, man. I turn this live off. People were saying that, man. People know they were supporting Diddy because it was a black drink. You know, it was black drink. I support, Diddy. You gotta support black ownership, man. Go give me that Ciroc, man. To the point where I go get Ketel One, people getting mad at me. People getting mad at me with drinks, y'all. You drinking that stuff? See what I'm saying? I might want to drink regular Smirnoff. He look, you know what I'm saying? You gotta support black. Oh, you a sellout. You when it come out of liquor, you a sellout. No, y'all, tell the truth. Y'all know that. Tell the truth, darling. That's right. They was saying that shit. They were saying that shit because they knew that. That's why I say they knew that. That's how we got them rich. That's how they knew that. But I always knew better because I always drunk. I knew top shelf liquor when I was little, so I never went for that shit. Meaning, how you gonna bring out a liquor and you trying to convince me it's better than Grey Goose? How you gonna do? You can't do that. You can't convince me a liquor just came out better than Belvedere, Ketel One. I'm gonna just leave it at Ketel One and Grey Goose alone. No, so that's why I say I ain't never go for that. Then it's like this. I know top shelf. So how the hell a rapper gonna bring out a liquor and try to tell me it's top shelf when he a damn rapper? You get it? Rappers don't do nothing top shelf. Meaning, y'all sold me 40s back in the day. Y'all were trying to sell us 40s and all this BS as rappers, right? Cheap shit. And then you want me to believe you putting out top-notch liquor. That's why I say they can't trick me, bro. They can't trick me. So when y'all say y'all was getting, and they keep saying, man, that Ciroc stuff was tainted anyway. I'm talking about the real Ciroc, man. They saying the real Ciroc was tainted. I don't know what it was tainted with, man. Man, you know how many people told me they drunk Ciroc and went to different levels on that shit? Like beyond drunkenness. People been telling me that. And that's enough. Like I said, I had my reason why I didn't drink it. But I'm talking about I had a lot of reasons why I didn't drink it. But I had people tell me back then and at the time went on why they stopped drinking it and it was peeping that shit was doing shit. Meanwhile, we don't know what's mixed in with all that stuff. We don't know, man. Especially when it came with the flavors. You get it? For all we know, when it came with the flavors, it was like, okay, let's say it's 40% alcohol. Shit could have had 0.3% of goddamn, you know what I'm saying? 0.3% or something else that knocked your ass. You know what I'm saying? 0.3 you know what I'm saying? Liquid Molly in the joint. This is a little 0.3. Like, you know, you go to the smoke shack and they say it's only this much THC. I think they were doing that with that Ciroc back then. Y'all don't care what nobody telling me. I don't care, y'all. Because that Ciroc, somehow, if you look at it now, y'all, it was not like no regular liquor. And if you look at it now, man, that's why I say it's coming clear. Look at how they were pushing that shit. That's why I keep telling you. You gonna see for some reason that you've never seen no alcohol push like Ciroc in your life. That shit was being pushed. And they say that food sold over millions of crates. I know who bought it all. And then that shit inspired sections because the sections made you buy more cases. They had their shit planned. Sections, cases, all across America. It was a plan, y'all. I'm telling you this shit. Diddy realized he was getting pimped too, man. Tell him. Because what if he made that, what you think they made? I know why he had to stay high. You know why he had to stay high? He owed a lot of money. He was stressed. I know why. That's why I say I think his ass was extorting. I think he was extorting. Why? Family, you owe money. You want to owe somebody $100 million? You want to owe somebody billions? Do you want to owe somebody that kind of money? All right then. So like I said, the money he owed alone, I ain't gonna lie. I know I could see his ass getting high, stressed. We're gonna talk about it today, y'all. Everything I spoke about. All the Diddy stuff was flopping. Him and Jay-Z was flopping. And they didn't want to accept it, y'all. They were covering it up, working this media, doing this, doing that. That's where the extortion coming at. That's where the shakedowns coming at. That's where this other shit coming at. When you don't get the abuse, when you see to this day, you got content creators scared to talk about Jay-Z. Huh? When people saying they going on, they leave comments, people coming for their neck. People, they say shit, people coming for their neck. Because, y'all, it is only the black entertainment department. Y'all don't get this main part. For one, that world don't even exist in the real world. Like, when I turn this shit off, don't even exist. That's for one. Because you ain't going to see it nowhere else. For two, you won't see the abuse how even content creators are scared. Family, if I can goddamn watch the media talk about everything, and I'm on this, and people don't, what does that tell you, y'all? They scared. They're fucking scared. Even though they're scared for no reason. Because they're scared of the boogeyman. It's that simple. They scared of characters that don't exist. You had no proof that none of them guys are going to do nothing. All right? Because if we talk about Biggie and Tupac, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. All right? So that's my whole point. This scary stuff. That's right. So let's go. Diageo struck an unusual deal with Combs rather than paying him a flat-out endorsement fee. They offered him a share of the profits and control over marketing. Under Diddy's influence, Ciroc grew from a niche product to selling over 2 million cases annually. By 2014, see how fast time go. I told y'all, somehow this liquor go with the whole experience. My people on this channel, when I say everything went dark 2009, when some shit just changed, you're going to see that when this goddamn liquor just took off. I'm telling y'all shit. No, man, I'm willing to bet my life that shit was tainted. I'm going to say maybe that first clear one wasn't, but I'm starting to see when they was in Atlanta and them flavors started coming out, y'all, I think them shit was tainted, y'all. I don't care what nobody talking about. I don't care. Guess what? How you going to know when you mixing the shit? When I always say that too, because I'm never going to forget when I heard about people telling me that they didn't do drugs, was getting violated by their damn PO, man. On drugs they didn't fucking do. I've been hearing this for a minute. On this, because they've been lacing certain stuff. With you know what I'm saying? Like people going down with fatty, but they don't know they had weed that had fatty in it. Straight up. People that didn't do no drugs were getting violated by their PO for Molly and stuff like that. No, man, that shit was in something, y'all. And I'm telling you. I think all that's played on the Diddy trial, we just, like I said, people not getting it. Man, they really telling us, man, this fool has been dealing with that tainted stuff for a long time, man. Actually, back in the day, with what they said, yo, they killing y'all with them 40s. They got this in it. They got that. They were told they got this and they got that in it. Why it wasn't like that with Ciroc too? Let's go. Even though Ciroc means cirrhosis of the liver. All right, let's go. All right. So as you see, he struck a deal and he helped them. He was averaging 2 million cases a year. According to reports, Combs earned close to $1 billion over time from the partnership. But crucially, he never owned the brand. But see, around here, I proved all that already. So like I said, everything they talking about, I already proved that already a while ago. And this is why now we got to come to the public. Here's the prank and a joke that y'all in a fake-ass world believing fake-ass shit because he was never a billionaire anyway. All right? The only person you're going to see, it was Kanye West that burnt their ass up to the point where they had to lie about numbers. That's why I kept telling you about him and Jay-Z. They're liars, liars, liars. Why? Kanye gave you the proof, y'all. The sneakers. Family, if you know for a fact, Kanye West had everybody wearing them sneakers. He kept coming with all them colors. Them shit were $300-400. It's not hard to figure out how he's a billionaire. Now I'm gonna say, okay, you know how Kanye made a billionaire? You saw him selling a merchandise that was $300. Okay, Kanye had a merchandise $300 plus. You also watched it, what y'all? Sell out. So you know it was enough money for him to get his money. Adidas, everybody got rich. So you got proof Kanye is a real billionaire. The merchandise. I got Yeezys in the box right now. All right, you got the proof of him. Where's your proof of everybody else? Yeah, Jay-Z and them was selling liquor, but all of us wasn't drinking liquor like that, fool. Yeah, my point is, where's the proof of the billionaire shit? We got to see proof of sales. Music don't do it. Small investments don't just make you a billionaire. You got to sell a major product, bro. How I know? I'll prove it to you again. Rihanna, Fenty, billionaire. Product make you certain thing make you a billionaire, guys. Liquor don't. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they sell a liquor, but we know everybody don't drink like that. No, but we know everybody was wearing them Yeezys, right? From older to young, because we got proof of the billionaire accomplishments. But with Jay-Z and Diddy, we don't really have no proof, y'all. We just don't, because they understood at their older age that money bracket lie kept them in power. Why? If it wasn't kept being pronounced that they were billionaires, that means the younger artists wouldn't listen to them. The 100 millionaires wouldn't listen to them. So to make Diddy a billionaire on paper, then you make every other celebrity get in line. Even they got 300 million, 100 million, 150 million, 200 million, 500 million. They're going to feel small. They're going to feel like he's over them because it's called what? Manufactured numbers, y'all. I'm telling you, man. They let them wear their number. They let them wear their money like a badge. Get it? Like a badge of honor. They might have had a badge that said billionaire on it. Then they started what? Billionaires Boys Club, all this stuff, right? All right, then. Well, when they got in trouble, what the fuck happened to the Billionaire Boys Club? Fantasyland? Fantasyland? Did you see the Billionaire Boys Club put their money together and do anything? Nope. They couldn't even buy their ass out of jail, buy their ass out of nothing, right? All right, then. Let's go. No, that was a whole fantasy land, man. A cartoon, a lie. And that's where the illusion of ownership and billionaire status started. Why? They're magicians. So they didn't know that if I tell them about numbers on paper that I don't have, they don't know that's magic because they believe the shit. Voila. And that magic of me lying and manipulating numbers gave it great illusion. It gave an illusion for me to pull off all my spectacles, tricks, and abuse. That's right. Because if I wasn't a billionaire, they wouldn't have stood around for that abuse. If I didn't lie about my numbers, see, that's what Diddy said. See, that's why I got to be like that. See, if I lie about them numbers, you're going to let me get away with a lot. And that was the magic trick. Meanwhile, it was an illusion. What? And that's where the illusion of ownership and billionaire status started to unravel. In 2013, trying to duplicate Ciroc's success, Combs and Diageo partnered. Again, they partnered to buy DeLeon, a luxury tequila brand. See, but I spoke about all, but I say, fam, nobody didn't drink that shit. I've never in my life saw nobody with DeLeon. I asked y'all. This is also when you try to make a fake ass Patron. No, actually, it was a company. They tried to buy it. Fake ass Patron. Something else very important I said, and I said another reason why they're in trouble, because they didn't build nothing. When I said the number one charges is, don't get this twisted no more. The number one charges is they didn't do nothing for the black community. They kept talking about. See, they were talking about repping the black community, getting billions and millions, but they wasn't doing nothing for the black community. That's why we went around right now. We wouldn't even see a corner store they put in the hood. We won't see nothing, all right? We ain't gonna see nothing. So stop it. When I saw Diddy Charter School, he didn't even put a sign on it. It had that plastic. It had that sign you get made at a print place. He didn't even have a sign on that. That's how new a time it was. Let's go. All right? Y'all don't understand. So all y'all talk about karma, right? Well, they just say this all ain't karma. And plus, when you don't make these people money and you get out of pocket for who you are, that's your crime and your charges. That's right. So that's why DeLeon made a point to say, they released the news saying that basically Diddy was trying to stop people from coming up in the community because he told them that I will turn the black community against you. And on top of that, he told them that if anybody in America want to do business, you holler at me first because they better go through me. Because Diddy also knew that all these entertainers started coming with their own brand, like Club Shay Shay and E40 and Snoop. Everybody got their own liquor. See, y'all not getting it. Everybody's coming out with their own liquor. So Diddy said, yo, matter of fact, anybody black, y'all better holler at me first. So that's what y'all not getting. What else made Diddy fall off? Everybody kept coming out with their own liquor. Y'all forgot about that too. So it was highly competitive. And that's what happened. He wasn't the favorite no more, y'all. Because y'all see everybody with liquor, Rick Ross. So he was losing. Him and Jay-Z were losing. Tidal wasn't making no money. Why you think Tidal disappeared? They were fronting. See, they knew shit back then. Get a deal? I got a big deal. I just signed $1 billion. Guess what? They knew that news would get me by about 2 years straight. Yo, you know he just signed a deal. He's straight. You know he just signed a deal. You know he just signed a deal. Guess what else they said was crashing? Revolt. How we know Revolt was crashing? Stop your bullshit. I ain't never had Revolt in my house in my life. A lot of y'all never had Revolt ever. You know you from New York family. A lot of y'all never had Revolt. All right, stop it. Even though it was a black network. Nobody supported Revolt. Nobody wanted to pay for it. That's what happened. So let's stop playing. All right? He wasn't making no money off that neither. He wasn't making no money off Sean John. He was crumbling. Let's go. This time, Diddy was supposed to be 50-50 partner with Diageo on the DeLeon, on the tequila. They were supposed to be 50-50. He only put in $1,000 of capital while the company footed the rest. Now, see what I kept telling y'all? When I kept saying that the black people, all they want to do is take money, take money, take money, take money. But I told you, they don't put their money up. That was also I proved to y'all that they were clowns. And there's a lot of reasons why they ass ain't getting spared. Because if they were breaking bread with certain rich executives and they had a lot of rich friends with investments and people could make money off of them, then they would have been spared. But see, they had created this pattern of taking money, taking money, taking money, acting like thugs, whooping ass, acting like thugs, taking money. And that's all they fucking kept doing. and partying and partying. Guess what? They wasn't helping nobody make money. They wasn't helping Wall Street make no more money. They wasn't helping nobody. Get it? If Elon want to make money, if Bill Gates, if Mark Zuckerberg, if anybody want to make money off their ass, they couldn't help. They didn't do nothing. This is part of their charges. You gotta go. Why did you guys think y'all were just gonna be rich, LeBron? Y'all just thought y'all were gonna be rich. Just walk around. Keep telling y'all what their charges is. We just gonna play king personas to the black community to the day we die. We just happy with the success of us and everybody praising us. And as long as we get that satisfaction every day from going with our life, I could be Diddy, I could be LeBron, I could be Jay-Z. They love me, I'm straight. But it don't work like that. Because now, let's look at the narrative. Okay, you want to look at the narrative? It's about some black shit? Let's look at it like that. Now, let's look at it like Diddy's friends. LeBron went through it all already. Put all the billionaires together. They was in one room together. That was $5 billion in one room. Diddy, LeBron, Beyonce, Jay-Z. $5 billion in one room. All the idiots was hanging together. So you got 5 billionaires hanging together but not building nothing constructive. You don't get it, dummies. I'm talking to the people that don't get it. Because I'm tired of this Diddy trial. $5 billion, but you're going to keep getting that. All they did was go to freakoffs. They only came together for freaky parties and clout. Freaky parties and clout. That's it. That's it. That's it. Real topics, real conversations, real business, they didn't do that. The question is, do you think the real world respects that? Do you think the real world respects them? But when you understand that they were just entertainers ain't supposed to do a lot of that. Then you'll see why in the 60s they didn't do nothing either. Huh? Because you still did not get it. If you see multi-billionaires in one room in the real world, that means they got something cooking. Period. But remember, the slaves were only allowed to come together to have sex and to dance. That was it. That is the truth. That is the standard. But nobody gave them a slave mentality. That's the difference. They kept that. They had that. It's called, they thought they were going to monopoly. They thought they were going to monopolize. All right? And they didn't know about surviving the game, that they always the target. So how you keep them people off your ass is when you become a cash cow. So when Diddy was spared, he was a cash cow. When Jay-Z was spared, he was a cash cow. LeBron was all of them, but not no more. When I prove to you, his estate been crashing for 2 years straight. When I told you dummies that don't believe nothing I say, they control media. That's why you didn't know the past 2 years LeBron James been crashing, business-wise. Diddy been crashing, business-wise. Jay-Z been crashing, business-wise. Why you think he don't own Title no more or do say? They been crashing. But due to media, y'all thought they were still winning. So here's the proof of who lives in a fake-ass world. It's called color people time. It's called the world that don't exist for real. That's just what it is, y'all. Because if you don't get this real world thing, you just don't understand. You still living lies, y'all. And see, when they say everybody's scared of them, everybody's scared to speak up like them kids and tell the truth because they know. The truth is they know. See, I get it all. They know that due to the fact that Jay-Z and Beyonce is really the top of organizations, not just music. They're at the top of organizations as well in this game. So they also know that that is the muzzle that Jay-Z and Beyonce have on everybody, that everybody has to shut up because of secrecy. But like I said, it is on purpose because it's made to be like that, where everybody in this secrecy will go down. See, when I said that, this is what I was trying to tell you how stupid they are, right? When I was talking about people not talking about that Diddy trial or Diddy, period, what I was really telling them all is like, it's already written that if you didn't separate yourself from Diddy by going against him, not around him, not over here, going against him like Genedeal, only Genedeal gonna be the only one be able to show his face when it's all over with. A lot of y'all not, because it is what it is. Because everybody knows your pledge of allegiance, y'all. Everybody knows already. So, this is why it's only one people laughing and joking. It's only one people looking like idiots going to Diddy trials. I'm talking about making fake media, meaning this shit bigger than that, guys. So, we're going to get into it today how it's bigger than that Because you're going to see, I said it Friday, some reason as that Diddy shit got real, last week it was a blackout on that Diddy trial. And last week was the realest week in the whole Yes, it was. What up, punches? Yeah, right? That's what they was. On that note, let's go. Hold up. Beyonce was freaking off with Diddy in the studio where he humiliated making a band. Yeah, and that's how I got the whole thing. That's what I forgot to talk about Freddie P. That's how I cracked the code on this. Yep. When I put a lot of things together, that's the only thing I meant to thank Freddie P for when he told me about that cheesecake, because that's how I was able to put together that he had Beyonce. Yeah, that's how I was able to put it. When I even went to the date, and I was like, yo, when he got that cheesecake for Beyonce, she wasn't with Jay-Z yet. That's how I put it together. She wasn't with Jay-Z until after, and then I also went into the history of how Beyonce and Diddy did a song together. And that was 2003. Yeah. So I went into all that. So that was the main thing with Freddie P with that cheesecake. Yeah. Diddy, I'm telling you, man, he put them together. We already know that around here, so we ain't going there. So let's go. She put them together too. That's why they mentioned Jay-Z name in the trial. Yeah, sidebar. Keep them in it. Keep them hot. Keep both of them hot. His wife was in the news for failing. Keep him in the news in court. Keep him in the news for bad news. So as you see, Diddy was a 50-50 partner, but he didn't put no money up. So that shows you right there. He was a dumb Negro. He didn't put no money up. So what it look like? So this fool want to fly around private jets. He's on $60 billion out of yachts. He owns mansions, but he's not investing no money in his own brand. You think they respect that, guys? You think they respect that? Family, you see the Negro behavior now, right? If rap hip-hop made all this money, he's been in the game 30 years. How the hell did Elon Musk become 300-something billion? If Mark Zuckerberg didn't really get started about 2009, how the hell he got all those billions? Over 300 billion, all this crazy stuff. If Diddy was in the game before all of them, how come he just barely ain't never had one? You didn't get it, did you? This was a slap in the face to everybody. Y'all praising guys that got fake billions on paper. Meanwhile, in the real world, people got 300 billion, 400 billion, 250 billion, racing to be trillionaires now. And y'all laughing at y'all dedicated y'all life to fake ass billionaires. See that shit? I'm telling you, they still joking in the end. Let's go. So as you see, according to Diageo, he only put in 1,000 of capital, while the company footed the rest and claims he still owes them millions. He still owed them millions. Oh my God. Because he didn't put up no money, his dumb ass. He's finished. I'm telling you, his ass finished. There's a lot of reasons why he's finished. Though Combs promoted the tequila with his trademark and charisma, Diddy, he sold it off his name. When I said what? If you notice, he wasn't making music no more. When I said what? It ties in with Cassie. When I said what? All they were doing was trying to sell that liquor and partying and partying and partying and partying. That's what you don't get. The freakoffs, all the freakoffs. What I said, the most horrific shit he did was in a Ciroc era. That's me to the most what? Abuse. Because he had to get that money. Extortion. He also knew wherever the rapper at, go with the rap party. Bring the Ciroc. Let's go. Drinking them over there, bring the Ciroc. Let's go. Crashing your party. I went in all this shit. How you went in the crashing parties with the Ciroc boys. But it really was him pushing the brand. But he really was punking people when he learned from Ashton Kutcher. Your birthday party, he coming. Come on, Ciroc boys in the building. Let's go. Pushing the brand at your party. Every rapper with a name, he there. Ciroc boys. Move that liquor. That's what they was doing, y'all. That's why you're going to see what I said. If you pay attention, they wasn't making no damn music. No, they were partners in crime, Bonnie and Clyde. Then I showed y'all the pictures when they was in Atlanta, because I know about the Ciroc boy movement. I watched it because I wasn't drinking it or doing it. Let's go. I watched every movement go off the cliff, y'all. I ain't smarter than nobody. I just never was a follower. That's shit. All right, so as you see, Combs promoted the tequila with his trademark. DeLeon never took off commercially. Its sales never broke 100,000 cases. So he went from 2 million cases of Ciroc a year till he couldn't even sell 100,000 a year. Because like I said, when I've been telling y'all this shit, I'm not a genius. I didn't need nobody to tell me that. I never in my life saw nobody drink Deleon. I never saw nobody pick it up at a liquor store. I never heard nobody ask for it in the club. That's how I know it wasn't selling. Say if I didn't believe that Beyonce lost her Adidas deal. They lost a deal for $200 million. I didn't need nobody to tell me that. How I know that? I never in my life saw a woman with Adidas sneakers on by Beyonce. I never saw nobody with Ivy Park merchandise. It's very simple. I be outside. So if I don't see nobody with it from no race, no era, it don't sell. It's not moving. You want to see they were blessed with deals. Beyonce merchandise didn't sell. Shit don't sell. LeBron sneakers, this shit don't sell. Nigga, Steph Curry shit don't sell. Because the truth is, everybody was buying Crocs and wearing other shit. All right, people. It was a big crash in that community, man. That's what happened, man. It was a chain of command. Same way they crashed in every other department, they're going to crash in every going to crash every department. They malls crash, stores in the neighborhood crash, the entertainment going to crash, their music going to crash, their life going to crash. That's how it's set up. Let's go. Shout out to everybody that's up on a Monday. We just getting started. We ain't even do the recap, man. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's go. What was last week? NBA, young boy. All like I said, man, I'm gonna be real. Everything was so stupid, right? I had to just chill out for a couple of days, man. All right. So now you're gonna see something, right? Diddy, we talking about Diddy and Ciroc. All right. Diddy was never a billionaire. He was in a slave deal. And I already explained to y'all and showed you that. Right after he left, about 2 weeks later, his ass was in trouble. That's right. Diddy argued that race was the reason George Clooney's brand succeeded while his floundered, saying Diageo kept him in the colored section. So I spoke about this before, that he got mad at George Clooney. CASAMIGOS is by George Clooney. So what happened? Y'all saw George Clooney take off because y'all helped it take off. Because in the pandemic, y'all started drinking what? CASAMIGOS. Why? Whatever the rappers drink, you gonna drink. So when that was happening, I knew that was a smack in the face to Diddy. I knew everything as it was happening. That's how I was able to break it down. When I heard 21 Savage rap about CASAMIGOS, I knew that was 21 Savage, the rapper, stamping the drink because it's going to sell out in the clubs, which means that's how they stamp brands. Because you didn't get that 21 Savage, you get a little check from George Clooney, and he drops the verse, and then it takes off after that. That's right. Y'all get a brand rich. So Diddy was mad, trying to say they're trying to keep him in the colored section, when, like I said, he's an idiot because Ciroc was sold in the colored section. So you can't get rich in the colored section for over 10 years, and now you saying, y'all trying to put me in the colored section, man. This stuff ain't right, man. This ain't right what y'all doing, man. Y'all just doing that because I'm black. But when you was in the color section winning, you didn't say that, bro. You actually capitalized. I keep telling you. Then when I told y'all, I'm always going to love people, but I'm trying to tell y'all that paperwork has been revoked. That paperwork in that card, give me that. It don't work. Nope. 2025, your cards, all y'all black cards ain't been rebooted. Because I'm going to show you the proof of what I said. That black card only work when they winning or when it's in their favor. But see, when shit ain't in their favor or they get exposed or shit, you know what I'm saying? The black card. I'm going to say it again. When you understand they bipolar weirdos and they dummies, but they are masters of pimping the black community. They masters of that shit. That's what they get paid for. Let me give it to you again. See? $2 billion a year. Huh? Hold up. 2 million cases moving a year. Moving that shit. Y'all buying sections of that shit, paying $600 for section. Cases moving. Where that shit moving at? Was that Ciroc? Was it white communities buying sections for Ciroc? Was every so-called other club, country, whatever the fuck, was they buying Ciroc like that? Who was buying all the damn Ciroc? It was the black people, right? It was them colored people he talking about, right? Okay, then. So that black card stopped working. His shit cut off. Y'all just put my stuff in the black section. No, fool them. Why you want to admit? No, the blacks stopped drinking that shit. No, they got hip, and you forgot, Diddy. You know them blacks fad. You know they in the fad. You know they ain't loyal. So if something else come out, they gonna run to that and shit on you. That's how they do, bro. So you just never thought it happened to you. So being it happened to you, you want to use the race card. So Diageo said, Negro, you better get out my face, fool. You pink. You ain't black. Matter of fact, next week we're gonna tell them black people that what? You said don't deal with them no more anyway. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. And that's why I told you this whole Diddy case and trial was nothing but to expose his ass was pink. And that's why as soon as his ass got in trouble, quickly, the woman beater news came out and the baby all dildos and freaky shit came out because that was their way of destroying his ass and exposing his ass. That's right. Oh, yeah, don't forget Warner Brothers, too. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody's still in trouble. It's no such thing as taking everybody down at one time. There's no such thing as that. But the word is, what I'm saying look like Diddy gonna get fried. And if he get fried, everybody's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna tell. It's going down, y'all. So anytime that shit made the news over the week, anytime they asking the president that at a conference, I look at it like this, Diddy ass gonna get locked up. And then the next question gonna be later on, is he gonna get a pardon? But he might get locked up. You might not start hearing that pardon shit till about 2027 or something like that. Meanwhile, his ass gonna get this time, he gonna tell on everybody's ass. That's what I think. Let's go. That'd be a good movie, man. So let's go. So as you see, right? Lying about ownership. 50-50 partner not putting no money up. That's a crime. All right? Deleon never took off commercially. Never blew up. Its sales never broke 100,000 cases annually, a fraction of what Ciroc achieved. So everybody being loyal to Diddy, like I said, meanwhile, the fools wasn't even winning. Meanwhile, everybody's still loyal to Diddy and Jay-Z, and they're not winning. That's why I don't know what. All right, on this channel, y'all get it clear. Y'all will clearly see once the president switched over, once the election was won, you'll see my channel change a little bit. Why? Because I know what's up. I ain't got to bite my tongue like that no more. That's why I kept telling y'all certain shit I know I couldn't say. Certain things. So if you've been into this channel, you will see the past couple months or within the past year, I've been saying a lot of shit I never said the whole time on this channel. Why? When they were active, it's not my job to stop them and take them down. A lot of stuff I knew, I didn't get into it because I knew it had to play out. The lies had to be believed, so in the end, it would be proven that you was deceived. So that's why the lies had to be explained and let loose. See what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I ain't say nothing. Let's go. Diddy argued that race was the reason Clooney's Casamigos brand succeeded while his flopped. He said they want to keep him in the color section. Nah, you kept yourself in the color section, Negro. All right? But while Combs framed it as a civil rights crusade. So he want to bring up civil rights with liquor. Y'all see that black card? You see that blackness? You see that? See? You see that? See? He's going to use that and build a black community. Billionaire don't want to build a black community. But when you go to get an alcohol deal, you talking about the community and civil rights. Told y'all that's all the shit was about money, y'all. Now y'all hopefully y'all get it now. When I said that shit was the black community was a fairy tale, y'all, that shit don't exist. It wasn't it was just a word, y'all, that get you paid. It was a word that if you control that shit, you got power. That's what it meant. If I could just get on camera right now, if I get on camera right now, I get 1,000 people to stand outside my house, that's power. I got power in the black community. What are you talking about? That's power. You know what I'm saying? So all I gotta do, matter of fact, all I gotta do is film 20 people and just like send that shit through a filter and make it like a lot of people, and that shit, that's power, bro. That's what they was doing. All right, fake ass power. So look, how I know that? Because like a wise man told me, if Diddy had all that power, why the fuck he couldn't get himself out this shit? You know what I'm saying? Very simple, bro. He got all that power. Where's his ass at now? All right then. That's called fake power, bro. That's what it's called. All right? I see what Pablo Escobar wanted. They worked the deal out with him. He could stay in his house. Then they say Jerry Epstein. Then they say Epstein had his own place he want to get locked up at. All right then. You ain't hear that shit for Diddy now, did you? All right then. No, bro. I know what real power is, man. Real power get you spared a little bit. Shit. Real power. Diddy would have walked out with an ankle monitor right after that. I'm straight. Fuck it. Nah, bro. They let him know he ain't got no more power. Him and everybody under him. So look. He also demanded billions in damages. Threatening Diageo. He demanded billions. And behind the scenes, his business empire was already starting to crumble. His ambitious deal to form the largest black-owned cannabis company fell through. Y'all forgot about that. Diddy want to get some lick. Remember, he's trying to get that weed. That went down the drain. Flopped. All this shit going on. He's stressing. What else? His attempt to buy BT with who? Tyler Perry. What happened? Flop. Did happen. So you're going to keep seeing. I covered all this on this channel. Everything. Play by play by play by play. When I've been telling people black entertainment is finished. They were trying, y'all. They were trying, but they kept showing them. No. They kept showing them. Y'all mean nothing no more. Y'all money mean nothing. Y'all know they kept showing them, y'all. It's their own, it's that, I'm telling you, man, that last regime. I'm just gonna say this, not the last regime. The Blue Party always control entertainment, y'all. They the ones that said it's time for their ass to go, man. All y'all was the stars under Bill and Hillary and them. Y'all from that era, y'all. Y'all all out of here. That's what it's about. When they leave, you gone. That's what it's about. That was it. That's the part they didn't get. Y'all were just they puppets and characters. All right, the new president, he got his own puppets and characters. Y'all getting put in the closet. If you know anything about puppets, toys, shows, when the show's over, everything from that show gets put away, y'all. That's them. That's our life. That's called black entertainment, y'all. That show is over and the characters are being dismantled as we speak. Let's go. All right. His ambitious deal to form the largest black-owned cannabis company fell through. His attempt, see, now remember last week on the live, I was there on the live, where somebody said, it was said that Diddy was trying to start a black political party. And I said, well, that's a lie. I said, anything anybody says since he's been locked up, they're lying. Everything I'm telling you, I was talking about this shit when he was walking around. I said Diddy ass was over with while he was free. I was trashing him while he was free. I was reading his life while he was free. Why I say that? Because right here, his ambitious deal to form the largest black-owned cannabis. People were saying he was trying to start a political party. I said, that's a lie, man. Y'all keep listening to these dumbass liars. Guess what? I bet somebody black said it because they're the main ones lying. Huh? You know they're the main ones lie in real life and make content and they just lie whatever they do. Guess what? I don't listen to black people. I said it. I don't listen to them, period. Unless they can prove to me that they know they're talking about, they're smart, and they have a pattern. They have a legacy. They have a track record of being consistent and professional. Then I respect them. Other than that, no, sorry. The Love album flopped. What else? His Love album flopped. The flop that he was flopping on Lil Rod's face. You mean when he was touching on Lil Rod recording that whack-ass album? Yep. So now you see Diddy was facing what? Mortality. This is why he was panicking. Everything in his world was crumbling right in our face, y'all. Right in our face. He go to sell DeLeon, 100,000 cases don't even move a year. Before he moving 2 million a year. Cases. So times that by 12. All right? When it comes to that brand. Now what's happening? He's flopping. But this is what I peep, y'all. Y'all not peeping. See, this fool was in a slave deal, y'all. So when he started crumbling and collapsing, he knew his world was coming to an end. Because that meant his ass was going to be in the hole, y'all. And he knew it. He knew that shit. That's why I believe a lot of stuff he was doing, because he was in panic mode. I believe it. That's when I talk about, I believe that extortion part. I believe he went on the warpath because he knew he was crumbling, y'all. So let's look at it like this. Let's look at it normal. When an arrogant man faces mortality, in his mind, he knows he's the man Diddy. He knows, y'all. He's seeing he's the only one knows company records. He's the only one knows his profits. He knows what's really going on. Like, yo, shit ain't like it used to be. He wasn't used to losing. See that? This is why I kept telling you that's part of the damn trouble, y'all. It's called when you don't bow out gracefully. That's why I say between Diddy, Jay-Z, and LeBron, you're going to see this thing. Because remember, y'all, for certain people to maintain, dirt got to be done. Look at it like your job. You had that one spot. You got the most important spot at your job. And I seen this at jobs. You got that one spot, no matter what it is. I don't care if you're a cleaner, cook, I don't care. But you might be that person. You see somebody coming up, or you just got hired, young, whatever, and you feel like they trying to get your job. You feel like they're trying to replace you. So what you do? You start trying to set a stage to get that person up out of there and get their ass fired because you already know. You've been there 30 years too? You've been at your job 30 years. Here comes this young person in favor. And you got an idea they're going, and they say, we need you to train this person real quick. Oh, don't worry about it. We just need you to train them. After that, you just start panicking because you know they're probably trying to replace me. But that's how Diddy felt when he knew the truth about his life was collapsing, y'all. His fame was collapsing. He wasn't a favorite, like I said. They like Drake and everybody else. Only reason why I say Drake, y'all, because I saw the phenomenon what happened. Meaning it was like this new sensation that happened through music. And that's what happened. So he wasn't the favorite in music no more. He wasn't the favorite celebrity no more. He wasn't the richest. Get it? It's just what it was. It's a lot of things he wasn't the top at. Same thing with Jay-Z. I'm not going through that today. Same thing with LeBron. But when you got to last, I'll speed it up for you. It's the same exact thing when old heads be in the street, but they don't want to leave. So they start snitching on the young boys. They start snitching on everybody. Telling about all that back in the day. See, when you're young to come up, them old heads to snitch on you, they get your ass out of here. That's right. That's what they was doing. The old heads will get you out of there when you're a threat. Either they're going to set you up for failure or they put your ass in jail. That's the shit they would do to stay in position. Meaning they wouldn't bow out, grab. All right, y'all, it's y'all turn. I'm going to play the back. I'm going to support y'all. No. For me to win, y'all got to go. That's them. Get it? So when you kept hearing about Beyonce and Jay-Z, and I kept telling you they got a track record, you'll see how everybody around them, somehow those good people disappeared. And somehow you're going to see it's like these people would just shove down your throat. You're going to like Beyonce. Like Beyonce. See? Like them. You're going to like them. No, just them. So I put it right. I say your family. You will clearly see they won by default because they never had competition. They never had competition. That's the part y'all not getting. It was said they actually tormented their competition, y'all, because they understood it was about those trophies, accolades. They knew that those trophies and accolades get them more money, more deals. They know the more they sell, they go to Kris Jenner house, they go to Warren Buffett meetings. They knew. And I kept telling y'all this shit was about influence. That's what I started with 2-3 years ago when I told you that they lost their influence. They have been lost their influence. What I said, I'm going to say it again. In that world, when you lose your influence, you're dead. So when they wasn't winning as superstar celebrities, they know they ain't winning. They know they falling from grace. Jay-Z know that. If I'm falling, Warren and them, they don't need me no more. Jeff Bezos, Oprah don't want to rock with me like that, like they used to. I ain't the shit no more. Get it? That's what started happening. So this is when I say, yo, they were only concerned about keeping an image to the blacks. So I kept telling y'all, they knew they were falling. I knew they were falling, but they knew through black media and the dumb fans, we gonna keep the charades going because him and his wife had lost when they couldn't get Hillary elected. If you do your math since 2016, prove to me that they was winning since 16. You prove to me something powerful done that was a win since 2016. But if you sold title after 2016, that's not winning. If you no longer control Duce, that's not winning. When I know you didn't build it anyway, when I know you didn't manufacture the bottle, when I know you didn't even make nothing, because I knew they didn't put their money into it. That's how I knew they wasn't real owners. I knew that already. When I told you on this channel, all they did was make deals because they understood my name's so big, anybody make a deal with me, that's free money. They need me. I'm Jay-Z, they need me. So what? You gonna pay me? I'll be the face of it. And then I tell the black people, it's my shit. Proof. New Jersey Nets, turn it to the what? New York Nets. What he say? He owned the Nets. He owned the tech. The team I own. The team I own. But you don't think I even know that he would lie about $1 billion? No, them fools ain't billionaires, y'all. They're liars. They're liars. How I know that? I'm going to say the same way he lied and told me on the Nets. I'm going to say he's a liar because I had no proof he owns nothing. Especially when I seen all this shit for sale and they ain't buy nothing. Huh? They didn't buy Nathan. No. Man, on the team, nothing. Stop it. I know regular people own more stuff than them. We spoke about one of the actors from the movie Mighty Ducks. When we were kids, Mighty Ducks. It's an actor was in that movie. He a billionaire now. And he offered Wendy Williams somewhere to stay. So what I'm trying to tell you is when a person of a certain level, you're going to know through their works. All I've been getting for them, their whole life been internet shit. I don't know nothing proven. So I ain't going for nothing they say. Nothing. When I knew that they could say one statement and that shit gonna fly. Every blog, every YouTube, Twitter timeline, all that. Fucking lie. No, that's them. Now let's see them get out of this one. Let's go. Because Miss Capricorn Clark, she put Jay-Z name in it. Keep his ass hot. What I say? They talking about YouTubers. They were trying to scare content creators to say his name. You ain't not say Jay-Z name. Well, like I said what I say. He got to tell a lot of people that shit. I said, because his ass being destroyed on so many platforms. I said, family, that's just for black people. Only black people scared of this guy. That's just for them. I said, they need to tell that to all the white people and everybody else doing this shit. They don't care about his ass. No. So I was able to prove through this Diddy trial that in 2025, blacks scared of everybody, and they definitely scared of rappers. They scared of a fake ass world they was put in, y'all. Meaning I cannot believe this shit that the Wizard of Oz was for real. That shit was for real. Yes. Diddy is linked heavily to 5 or more deaths. He's threatening witnesses from jail. To release him would be wrong and a travesty of justice. This is not a fact. I'm just showing you what's being said. Diddy is linked to 5 or more deaths. He's threatening witnesses from jail. To release him would be wrong and a travesty. Because the past week, we went through it on Friday. We went through the checklist. Out of all the stuff he's been accused of, everything is checking off the box. Only thing he didn't get accused, only thing they got thrown out that is irrelevant is Kid Cudi. And what I said that bogus rap stuff with Kid Cudi, that was for the fans. I said, but the fans don't know about the real stuff. So what I say, Diddy ass gonna get fried the way it's looking to me. Let's go. And this is why it is being said. A lot of people assume that if he gets fried, this is when the talking gonna start. This is when other stuff gonna come out. But don't forget, we still got over 8 weeks left of this. So just know we at the point now where it's some shit gonna have to cook because Miss Mia, the unknown face, she's on the stand again today, and I know she's gonna have some damaging statements against him. And so far, everything Mia and Capricorn Clark been saying, they're using it to stick. And I'm gonna tell you again, you just look at the woman. See, when it's played out around the world, and you look at every nation and every other nation, looking at Cassie, looking at Miss Capricorn, they looking at Mia, and you just think about what they saying as this shit playing out. All right? No, that shit gonna stick now because they got the right people to make it stick. Don't forget what else they got. The witness. The witness to what? Make it stick. Right here. So like I said, where everybody been laughing and joking, last week was the most important week. The question is, did anybody really cover what's really going on with this trial? Did anybody really talk about how Diddy took a lot of losses? Meaning, as of last week, that trial ain't in his favor. Did you get that part? All right then. Did you hear everything else except for the trial, right? Last week. Especially on Friday. Especially on Thursday and Friday. You heard about a lot of shit, right? You mean to tell me a lot of y'all been participating in court shenanigans? Let's go. Diddy RAPE accuser says his ex-bodyguard offered her a gift after Cassie's lawsuit was filed. Diddy's bodyguard So once again, let me make some clarity. D-ROC, Biggie's best friend, allegedly. The one that was in the car with Biggie when he got smoked. I said, I think D-ROC clipped Biggie from the back. That's what I think. His name was mentioned in court because Diddy was using him for a bodyguard. Like I said, when I said whenever he was with D-ROC, they were doing dirt because he wasn't no damn bodyguard. So this is it right here. So let me clarify this. She's talking about D-ROC, but he was a fake ass bodyguard because D-ROC was a straight criminal. You get it? Biggie and D-ROC. But we already know he's a betrayer. We already know he's the broke black Negro from Brooklyn that Diddy paid off to go against his friend. That's right. We know that part. But see, he's also in this case. And guess what, y'all? Yes, it has picked up D-ROC. It has picked up on D-ROC. Because like I said, it is also created where anybody got anything to do with the Biggie Small legacy, they ass will be punished some kind of way. They will be embarrassed. This whole thing played out for D-ROC so he would never, ever, 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 ever be able to walk around Brooklyn, New York in pride. He will be shamed the rest of his life. And wherever he go, they shall seek to slay him. That's what it's about. All right, we up. Let's go. All right, so let's go. We just getting started. Because I'm about to go, we about to go there to the real talk now. They saying Diddy is linked heavily to 5 more deaths. Because we know the rumors is what? They made people unalive. And it was said that between the 3 of them, 444, they said they did a lot of dirt. And it was said that certain people had to be dealt with. But it's all alleged. All right? So I'm just going to show you what the people saying because it's bringing it back up. And it's something that I said to y'all, but it's something I didn't know. So now let's look at this, y'all. Prince security allegedly intervened in Diddy attack against Cassie. Bingo. Why? Because I told you through the clues where they kept giving me clues, leaks, memes about how Diddy and them had something to do with Prince. When I know it was one rapper trying to sign Prince. It was said, you could Google it. I did everything already. Google it. Somebody wanted to talk to Prince. Somebody was supposed to sign Prince. Something like that. Even though Prince was signed to what? Arista Records. That's right. It was said that Prince didn't like Diddy. But I didn't know that Prince actually had information of Diddy beating Cassie. I didn't know that part. But I been knew what was told that what? Diddy didn't like Prince. Prince security allegedly intervened in Diddy attack against Cassie. So guess what? They didn't like each other. Huh? So I told you, what did Diddy do? He trolled Prince after he died. Who's with Diddy with a Jerry curl wig on? That's D-ROC, Biggie homeboy, his best friend. Here's the proof where D-ROC and Diddy were running around doing a lot of dirt. What else I told you? When he put on them outfits, he be doing a lot of wild shit. Here's the proof. So now look at what Diageo said. Diageo wanted Diddy to put up money in the company. Do you think they respect him and this is all he wanted to do? So I'm going to slow it down for you. I want y'all to look at this with common sense. Do you think rich executives that sit behind offices, been businessmen their whole life, watch him become a businessman, a so-called rich man, but still get to watch him run around like a silly Negro? Huh? You think they really respected him, y'all? You think that? No. Their job was to ruin your life. Their job is done already, meaning go outside and see your neighborhood and then come back and holler at me and then thank Diddy and Jay-Z for that. All right? You see D-ROC, right? Well, you'll see another power Diddy was been proven to me. You got prickheads, grown men go to jail and they come back. They do 5, 10 years in jail. They come back, they still be his friend. So when Diddy was with when D-ROC was with Diddy, I knew he controlled him because he controlled the whole legacy. He controlled Biggie mother. He controlled Junior Mafia. He controlled all their ass. Now to close it out, you thought Diddy was gonna go to jail and D-ROC, you gonna be walking around? No, that's what all this about. So I already knew it was gonna happen. Let's go back, cause I'm bouncing around, right? But I'm just getting started. Let's go, cause now you got the proof. Diddy was never a billionaire. He was falling. He was crumbling. Now just look at it like he was crawling. He was crawling. He was falling, crawling, and crumbling. But the thing is, y'all, he owed a lot of money, y'all. He owed a lot of money. Diageo was trying to say this fool owed a lot of money. So look, Combs sued Diageo, accusing the company of racial bias and underfunding DeLeon, while aggressively backing George Clooney's Casamigos, which Diageo acquired for up to $1 billion. Diddy argued that race was the reason Clooney brand succeeded while his floundered. So you see it right here, right? Boom. Now I'm gonna be honest, man. I see it clear as day. This is what I also thought yesterday. Like I said, none I say is a fact. I look at it different ways. Guess what, Diddy? Maybe all right. Maybe in the end, Diageo did screw you over. But like I said, you know why they screwed you over? Because you wasn't doing nothing anyway. You didn't put no money in like that, and you was running around America playing around. They knew that. Guess what else, Diddy? You didn't step your levels up. They knew that. They knew that you were still moving off the same energy of when you had a deal. Because somehow with people like you, Diddy, and blacks like you, y'all got this shit called being too comfortable. So y'all get good positions and y'all get comfortable and think you ain't got to do shit and everything just going to be in your favor and I ain't got to do shit. That's your problem. See, you thought you was going to have these big deals and y'all were going to still run around America, still playing y'all games, flossing at y'all parties, but y'all forgot who was watching y'all at them parties. Y'all forgot they were watching y'all at them parties with y'all suits acting like y'all mafioso. Y'all were playing make-believe like you were rich white Europeans. You guys were throwing brunches. Y'all did everything like y'all were fucking born in Europe. But the people was in Europe watching y'all the whole time. Like, hey, you know the way these guys look? Hey, it does look like that slavery stuff never even existed, right? Hey, they talk this black stuff, huh? They look free to me. Boom. So what happened? Well, you see a lot of freedom when it came to partying and Rock Nation brunches, but when it came time to building, him and Jayz, they didn't put their money together and manufacture their own liquor. They didn't put their money. Family, that's why I kept telling you jackasses that talk a lot of shit, right? I'm talking to you foreigners again. You foreigners that don't know nothing about American history. If I ask you about Kellogg's, let me look through my cabinet. I can just make up stuff. See, if I ask you about half these American brands, you couldn't tell me how they started. You couldn't tell me how they started, when they started, Quaker. You got all this shit, right? Every brand in your house started from one man, a regular man with an idea. And sometimes more than one. And then a lot of your brands a lot of brands got started. Why, y'all? Because two people was together and fell out and started their own brand after that in your closet. But somehow your people only want to sell liquor. And they didn't know that that's never going to be around forever. Because liquors come and go. But you can look around and you're going to see craft products. You're going to see Heinz. You're going to see a lot of Nabisco products. You're going to see all type of products. Hunts. You're going to see it all. But it started from men. Because that's what I tell you, when you become a foreigner, you don't know the American history story. Is that what? Anybody can make it. So when you make it, it's no such thing as falling. When you do it right. See? But I'm going to show you again how they important to you. But I told you, a lot of y'all know this. When you're amongst rich people and billionaires, guess what it comes down to? How you made your money. That's what it always comes down to. They all in one room. Everybody got 50 million. One got it from Lotto. One got it from hip hop music. One got it from being a doctor, meaning they was a doctor, started their own company. All right? One started their own media company and blew up. See the difference? Then it comes down to how you get your money. In their world, when Jay-Z and Diddy, they're gonna laugh in their face when they turn their back. They don't respect them. Y'all keep telling you, man. Nobody respects nobody that betrayed their own people. Guess what? Even if you betrayed your own people, nobody respects nobody that don't build nothing for their people. So I tell them, say it 1,000,000 times. Everybody wicked on the planet Earth, you can say their name, but I still will prove to you they did something for their people. So what I keep telling you is, y'all deal with them because you have to. Everybody else don't got to deal with them. That's why they said, Diddy, get your ass out of here, all right? As a matter of fact, hold these charges. And Jay-Z, you're going to be a prisoner in the house. That's what you're going to do. Because you ain't never going to be able to show your face anyway, like I said. Jay-Z already got humiliated. His deal's off the table. He controls media. What that mean? You ain't going to know all the money he been losing. Not yet. When I find out, I'll tell you. Because in America, black media, you'll never know how much he's losing right now. Trust me on that. You'll find out probably next year. Top of the top, we up on a Monday. That's right. Strictly motivation. Motivational Monday. We up. We just getting started too, y'all. We ain't even in a recap yet. Let's go. All right. You see D-ROC? The secret is they took out Prince. Guess what, y'all? I'm going to say this right now. If Diddy did any illegal dirt, I want to bet any amount of money he used D-ROC to do it. Because D-ROC was the fake security guard with no traces. Or he can get D-ROC into anywhere with a gun because he what? Security guard. Get it? And mind you, he had D-ROC in them when they were running around Atlanta. He was a Ciroc boy. So do you know how many people was getting tortured down there? See, y'all not getting that part neither. When you heard about people getting bent over with baby oil, you ain't looking at it like the shooter D-ROC right there with him. And D-ROC is tall, and everybody know he get down in that game. So I know for a fact. Guess I'm going to look at it now. I don't know nothing. I'm going to look at it when they were together like that. Somebody got RIPE that night. That's how I'm going to look at it. All right? I'm looking at it like that. I'm looking at it like that same night. That fool walking around like Prince. I'm going to say they knocked somebody's ass out that night. And I'm going to say also, if anybody going to hold that gun with scratched off cereal, he going to make D-ROC hold it. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm assuming. Because that's his job. So, I know why D-ROC name was brought in court. That was so he can't live, y'all. And guess what else is happening? D-ROC is really named in the conspiracy RICO. I told you that this case playing out different. The names that's under the RICO, they ain't going to sell their names. Let me make it clear for you. Everybody you see in court was named under the RICO. That's why they ass in court right now. When people kept saying, how did he go to jail by himself? No, he's not, y'all. This is team right here. They worked the deal. They are part of the RICO too. They worked the deal. They're part of the RICO too. All right? Only thing is people working the deal behind the scenes. Of course they are. Because people with names, they're not going to let us know. All right? That's why you heard Kid Cudi name, but what? He didn't get, it's nothing, there's no charges with that. No. See that? Miss Capricorn making the charges stick. Why? She's part of the RICO. So when I told you it's getting proven, the shit is getting proven as we speak. Because the team, how you get a RICO by itself? Last week, whole object, the whole point of last week was to show everybody immediately under his team, which we would call his shooters. But like I said, laughing and joking. Family, we laughed and joked about dildos and baby oil and all these fruity ass people already. That shit ain't funny no more. It ain't fun no more. Plus, it ain't fun when they told you that y'all was going to be fruity back in 2012. The same time they made this cartoon, guess what else was going on? The same exact time. Boop. Told you, man. They were telling us hip-hop was fruity when hip-hop was actually being the fruitiest, and it was all in our face. But since nobody ain't listened, they stayed on that shit 10 years longer, and that's what happened. All right, so let's go. So, Jay-Z's name was brought up in an unusual exchange during Diddy's ongoing sex trafficking trial. Diddy's former employee, Capricorn Clark, was given evidence and being asked by the music mogul's attorney, Mark, about an occasion she told Cassie to leave. All right, she told Cassie to leave. So allegedly, this was just Jay-Z's name coming up in court. And like I said, I'm not like a little child, like some people are. And I know that this is more than Jay-Z getting locked up. It's about his name being destroyed. It's about nobody ever doing business with him again because his name is with Diddy. It's that simple. You can't merge with no American brand once you've been accused of this stuff. That also has to do with Zion. That's right. Let's ask a question, y'all. Is it all these accusations or all this shit? Is that all this shit just made up? Or are we just looking at people that was able to get away with murder their whole life and now they being told on? It's not just that simple. Are you willing to accept that they were only allowed to be foul and dirty so that you'll be foul and dirty and love them more? Okay, then. If you don't believe that, you just ask me why everybody's accused of some type of nasty sex crime or abuse, but somehow everybody's still watching their ass. Huh? You still ain't get how somehow nobody ain't stepped down and been accused of shit yet, did they? All right. Even on Fox TV with Joy Taylor, her ass still on TV. No. Everybody black got dirt on them, but somehow they still being watched. People ain't get that neither. No, y'all all being pranked. I keep telling y'all. Y'all all being pranked. Diddy's former associate Capricorn Clark says she told Cassie to leave Mogul, and she allegedly replied, Jay-Z is taken. Now, allegedly, Capricorn Clark spoke about Cassie again with Jay-Z. The shit sound bogus. The bad boy record, look, Clark claimed she told Cassie to date other people, to which the singer replied, Jay-Z is taken. She also added that Cassie asked her who would she date. But to me, that might have been her way of trying to get out of it. Like, cause they know you was there doing that abuse, Miss Capricorn. And it sounded to me like, well, I said, she need to leave him. I did say that, Meanwhile, Cassie was getting her head knocked off. So I get it clear as day. Now, also the fact that Jay-Z's being brought up, I know that is for nothing but to torment his ass. That's to let him know every day he wake up and see his name, he ain't escaped. Why? When they say Diddy is linked to 5 or more deaths, guess who they saying helped his ass? Or guess who they saying Diddy had doing shit? He had D-ROC doing stuff, right? I think he had everybody from Brooklyn doing the most, period. Shine, he with Shine. Shine from Brooklyn, right? What happened in the club? Bop, 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 bop. Looked at me like, but now he with people from Brooklyn, somehow some dirt going down. Bop, bop, bop. I think Diddy like showing off for Brooklyn people, man. That's what I think. Because we always knew the rumor. They said Diddy shot in that club. Because he always want to prove the Brooklyn people, he tough. That's all that was, y'all. Straight up. Straight, that's it. When he was in Harlem, uptown, he just want to prove he the best player, the freshest, the cleanest. Every time you get around people in Brooklyn, he try to prove he the most gangster. Ain't no coincidence when Tupac got shot. They told him he was shot by Brooklyn gangsters. Next thing you know, Diddy turned into a Brooklyn gangster. All right, that's what he was doing to them rappers. That's what he was doing. I don't know what that shit was about, bro. Clark claims she told Cassie to date other people, to which the singer replied, Jay-Z is taken. So that's what Cassie said, talking about, well, I would go with Jay-Z, but he taken already. That shit sound made up, bro. Because back then, we know what happened. Diddy had both of their ass. And he had Beyonce first. That's right. Freddie P told us about the cheesecake. But you still didn't get it. Why did Diddy make them go get a cheesecake from Junior's for that woman? Because I know what that shit meant. So you want me to think he was a freaky man only on certain occasions. They want me to think, y'all, he was just freaky when he felt like it. But he got Beyonce around. And he gonna get us some cheesecake. But that was for y'all to leave and he had some fun with Beyonce real quick. That was y'all stupid ass ain't get. That was just so y'all wouldn't know him and Beyonce were about to get busy. Because I already went into this shit already and proved it all. Thanks to Freddie P and the cheesecake, that's how I was able to crack the code that what? He was with Beyonce first, because then I was able to prove that what? 93 Bonnie and Clyde didn't come out to after that. 2003 Bonnie and Clyde. That didn't come out to after. Yep. And Diddy has a song with Beyonce called Summertime. That's right. And they recorded that song, if I'm not mistaken, before she got with Jay-Z. And before that, I proved that Diddy controlled Jay-Z from 97 to 2023. That's what y'all didn't get. After he got in trouble with J-Lo, he put them together. He went to MTV and put them together. How can I prove it? MTV Cheesecake for Beyonce making the band. That's when he put them together. And you'll see after that, they was together. No, I get it clear as day. Plus, I get what they've been telling me. He had both of their ass. That's right. And it said that what? He helped them with their career. Because I'm the man, you're going to be Biggie this generation. You're going to be Lil' Kim. All right? Then you're going to see Biggie Smalls, Junior Mafia first album called what? Conspiracy. 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 Why? It's in court right now. The conspiracy is in court. It ain't over yet. Capricorn Clark said Jay-Z's name. It ain't the fact of how she said it. It's the fact she said it. And she is saying also, trying to make it like, well, Jay-Z was around back then. He was around us too. He knew about Cassie getting beat up. That's what they're saying. Let's go. Clark did not divulge exactly when the conversation took place. Clark had previously testified that Diddy was plotting to slay Kid Cudi after he found out he was dating Cassie in 2011. After discovering the relationship, Clark claimed Diddy arrived at her house carrying a gun. All right? So, she is the one putting nails in Diddy's coffin, and Miss Mia. Miss Mia on the stand today, and it's not looking good for Diddy. But guess what? Bingo. When they say Rico, they saying it's a lot of them, but they're not saying all their names. But the key to what they've been telling you about Diddy, which you should get clear, he is the shot caller. He is the shot caller. Didn't he tell you that? He is the shot caller, y'all. Meaning nothing moved without his say-so. Nothing went on without his say-so. Period. Now we got to get to Mia on the stand because she is destroying him. While on the stand, the anonymous woman detailed an incident in which she claimed Diddy violently assaulted his then girlfriend in 2013. Mia claimed that Diddy slammed Cassie's head into a sharp corner of a bed, causing the singer's head to split open and start bleeding. This is why they didn't want to go to jail, y'all. Because what y'all not getting, they didn't only just see Cassie get abused. When Cassie told on their ass, she probably told a whole nother story. Like when they was like, who was around? It was Mia. It was Capricorn Clark. Get it? It was so-and-so and them. Like they was the main ones there. They was the main ones there. They saw the blood. They saw what he did. They heard it. He embarrassed me in front of them. They the ones. If I say they're the most dirty, they the main ones. I told Cassie to leave. You know, I told Cassie to leave. You ain't say that till after the fact, right? I know. You just made that up in court. Yeah. Cause you know, did you tell her to leave before you took her to Best Buy to get that cell phone that got in trouble with Kid Cudi? Which one was it, Miss Clark? Did you tell Cassie to leave before you helped her get the cell phone and Diddy found out? Which one was it? Did you say leave or did you say you better run? Back on today with Mia, back on the stand. All right? So once again, you're going to get a cartoon character with no face, and you're going to go on for 2 weeks after that talking about Diddy trial. No, this ain't the Diddy trial. This the dummy freaky trial. Just know that when this Diddy trial is over, everything over. Let's go. Who up? Who cooking in the chat? What's up, Daria? What's up? We just get started. We ain't finished yet. Yeah. I say, all that stuff, I mean, it's nothing to me. Laura London, nothing. If nobody ain't put together Laura London, Diddy, and Nipsey, I don't care about Laura in court. Sorry, y'all. Any entertainer they name in court, that's for the fans. That's for the trend. If they ass ain't on in court testifying against him like that woman right there, if they ain't testifying against him, shenanigans. That's about it. Distract the fans with celebrities because they don't know about law anyway. What they say last week, fans didn't know what mistrial meant. It was trending. But the joke was, fans so stupid wrapped up in trial, but they don't know about law, even though they've been in America their whole life. Fans know about Laura London. Fans know about Cassie, Kid Cudi, but they don't know shit about the law. That was the joke. That's been playing out in this Diddy trial too. They don't know the law. Well, you know, a lot of Americans, they don't know what, you know, they breaking it down. They're Googling Diddy trial, you know, mistrial and things like that, because a lot of people didn't know what mistrial meant. Diddy trial recap. Ex-assistant Mia was young and manipulated, says mogul caused PTSD. That's it. That's it. Now, I didn't know this person's story come from when they was young. If this shit come from when she was young, and this person said Diddy RAPE'd her 3 times. One time he came in the closet and jumped on her. Another time, in the closet, he whipped his thing out in her mouth. Then another time, he got her in the air, and then he got her another time. If he did that when she was young all the way up, first of all, to make this clear again, his charges is what he did to other races. I told you already. He's not charged for nothing he did to nobody black. And if you don't believe me, then prove it. You prove it to me. Huh? You prove it to me. He ain't in court jail for nothing he did to nobody black. But when you do that to other races, that's a crime. What's the proof? How many times I got to tell you guys? If you know for a fact he abused people. Nobody still ain't tell me what the rope was for, the pumps, the dildos. Nobody explained to me why was they finding blood in rooms, on walls. He's not in trouble for abusing nobody black. He ain't in jail for abusing nobody butt cheeks at all. Because that wasn't a crime. He said, Your Honor, everything I did with black people was consensual. What you charge me for? Cassie? Okay, I'll fight that one. I'll fight those. Your Honor, yeah. All right, then. Now prove that to me. You prove to me he's charged with somebody black, because you ain't get it. You can't go to jail for a RICO for nobody black unless they want to make it up on your ass like R. Kelly. That's about it. That's it. Nobody black put Diddy on the stand. Y'all ain't getting it, dummies. Nobody black put Diddy on the stand to testify against his ass. Nobody black try to get a payout off his ass. Nope. Are you getting it yet? All right, then. He abused the blacks. He took whatever he want from their ass. He took their music, their publishing, their rights, their booty, their privacy, everything. That's why you're going to see the black code is take abuse and shut up. And that's what they're going to do. That's right. Only thing is, they're going to go broke this time because they didn't sue. If I was Jadakiss, I would have lied, even though he probably been telling the truth. But I did see Jadakiss and Fat Joe podcast. Jadakiss and Fat Joe podcast. I'm going to say it again. I got fans don't know about them. Y'all see this man right here? He was picked by Diddy Young. But now he has a podcast. But he was a fucking rapper. But since the Diddy trial started, hey, man, you want to start a podcast? All right, let's go. That's him. Why? You know why they got a podcast? It's because they know about controlling media. Keep the fans watching them. Don't ask about the baby, all the pumps and the hills and the goddamn Astroglide. Don't ask about the Astroglide. But this man knows. This man knows about the baby oil knock your ass out. This man knows the baby oil knock your ass out, and then the baby oil shall be applied to the lower section of the backside. He knows the jokes. But the rappers, they're playing make-believe. But everybody else know the truth. That's why they're looking bad. And when the case is over, they shall all be finished. Because they didn't have the heart to say he did it to me. I want my money, goddammit. Fuck you, Diddy. Pay me now. So what? They ain't got the heart, y'all. Because the truth is, they don't got a leg to stand on. That's why. When you fondle rappers' ass and you pay them good money, they ain't got a leg to stand on now, do they? So, let them continue to play this so-called, what's the name of, let's name all those shows. What's that shit called? Is it your part? Or what part is that? Whatever movie they got where they be faking and shit, you got to guess what it is. That's what they doing. No, y'all. No. This what they saying about all they ass. The secret jokes is y'all all fruity, but it was all consensual. That's the joke, Craig. And the joke also is, if y'all did get knocked out, y'all still scared. Because y'all what? On camera. Blackmail. That's the thing. You can't say nothing because all y'all blackmail. So I'm going to give y'all a pass. Y'all ain't scared. Y'all just blackmail. That's about it. That's about it. Now, we just getting started. We ain't finished yet. We ain't nowhere near finished. See the pattern? Is it a coincidence? Zion has a beard just like Diddy. When I said and proved on this channel how they manufacture the look they want everybody to look like. So when one look bad, you all look the same. Then I also showed you it's mighty funny, right? They grew out goat beards. They're accused of goat behavior. Huh? Zion didn't get freaky till he grew out his goatee. That's right. He was a good guy before that. Shut about that goatee, man. I don't know what it is. What I showed the other day. Arabic people are walking around with fades, tapers, and Black Americans walking around looking like Arabs. Trading places, guys. I proved it already. That's right. Y'all have no clue about the pranks being played on y'all, man. All y'all have manufactured looks because y'all follow celebrities. So whatever one celebrity do, y'all do. And that's why y'all look the same. But like I said, it's a little bit of Diddy and all y'all. See the beard? It's a little bit of Diddy and all y'all. Everybody with a nice goatee, it's a little bit of Diddy and all y'all. And a little bit of Rick Ross too. That's how they wanted to be, y'all. Now, if like I say, if you wasn't the type to wear your beard your whole life and you ain't been wearing no beard, it's a little bit of Diddy in you too. If you wasn't wearing your beard when Diddy had a smooth face, it's a little Diddy in you. I'm going to say it like that. If you didn't have your beard before Rick Ross, it's a little bit of Diddy in all y'all. That's right. That's what it means, bro. That's what it means now. That beard now means Diddy. It ain't called Beijing. It ain't called none of that. You go to the barbershop and you say, yo, man, give me a Diddy. That's what you say, fool. I'm a barber. You tell me that. I know exactly what you said. That's what you call it. It's called a Diddy now. Sorry, y'all. That's what it's called, man. Because everybody around the world, look, Diddy back then, bro. All right, bro. If you didn't have your beard back then, you was a rap follower. You were in a rap cult. Bro, you was in a rap religion of Greece. That was you, bro. You would walk around with bro, you turned into an Arab after rap. Stop it, bro. And you was an Arab that never studied scripture at all. That's what you were, bro. Bro, you got to turn into a faithful Islamic that didn't study, bro. That's what y'all did. Because if you was not wearing your beard before Diddy, I'm going to say you got influenced by Diddy and Ross. That's right. So now it's called a Diddy beard. That's what it's called, man. Then you're going to see, soon as Zion let his shit grow out, he got a Diddy charge. That's right. He ain't been to Diddy parties. This fool wasn't even born when they were having Diddy parties. But it's a little bit of Diddy in him. That's right, y'all. See that? Bingo. No, it's called black embarrassment. That's what it's called. It's called they the freaky ones, y'all. They the face of freaky. They the face of everything. That's who they are. If I was them, I'd just quit. If I was rich right now, John, I'd say, man, fuck this shit. I'm quitting, man. I just quit. If I was a rich black, I'd just quit, man. But guess what? They can't do that. They under the contract and they ain't going nowhere. Let's go. We just getting started. Anybody seen LeBron? LeBron don't want to be black no more, y'all. That shit ain't cool. Hell no. LeBron done flipped the script. He hiding from black people, y'all. Look. He hiding from black people. How many of y'all listen to LeBron James podcast? Called Trying to Get Away from Diddy News. Nope. Well, then I tell you the joke. What's the joke? They say black people always in them dark places. Always in dark locations. Told you. When you're a Negro that's rich, they don't do podcasts on exotic islands. They do podcasts in dark-ass locations. Here's the proof. No, y'all. LeBron can't get out. He trapped. Trapped. You mean to tell me Kevin Durant and Kyrie got Steve Nash fired and then LeBron James got a podcast with him? But I've been knew LeBron James was trying to go white when he was with J.J. Redick. But J.J. Redick, a coach. Damn, a white man left me. Why? J.J. Redick said, fool, you accused of Diddy parties. I ain't doing this podcast shit no more. Hell no. That's what happened, fool. Because around here, we know and prove that what? LeBron James been ducking this shit for a year. I proved they was cooking LeBron since April 24. Ever since Diddy been in trouble, LeBron been in trouble. But I told you the biggest smokescreen happened last year was that Kendrick Drake beef. It spared their ass for a year. But on this channel, every day, I was exposing their ass. But now, guess what? It's no more smokescreen. It's no more rap beef. It's nothing else going on with this Diddy trial. So like I said, today is June. It has started June 2nd. This whole hot summer, when the kids out of school, this only big news topic every day gonna be this Diddy trial every single day. So if you wasn't around OJ era, you're gonna know the Diddy trial every day like OJ. And till these kids go to school, they're gonna hear all this nasty, dirty shit about all their heroes, stars, LeBron. They're gonna keep hearing all this perversion and abuse. Guess what? Man, they're making it with a future generation. They ain't got no more hope, no more faith. Huh? This generation, y'all, they never saw a functioning couple with their own eyes. This new generation, y'all, they never even had no proof of seeing a relationship 5 years straight because they raised in dysfunction. Straight up. Why I ain't go crazy? At least I seen real marriages. At least I was raised around real relationships and marriages. Hey, I was raised around single people that respect themselves. In this era, everything backwards. You talking about getting married, fool, we need to talk about condoms. No, we need to talk about condoms, Vagisil, baths, shit like that. No, they stupid. So, this generation, the reality of a marriage and keeping your private parts private, that's not going to happen, bro. It's never going to happen. So, when you heard about people are being, people try to say somebody going extinct. Well, it's not hard to figure out. They said somebody going extinct. Okay, they have an extinction behavior. Let's scratch that. Physically, somehow they always getting hurt. Their body being destroyed. Their bodies don't hold up no more. They say they're not fertile, the men and the woman. They say the men ain't fertile, the woman ain't fertile. Then every position of face, they're losing that too. As they going missing in sex trafficking rings, and as they're being hooked on dope at the same time, and they're failing in school at the same time, and just somehow it's just not looking better, but everybody else is. Nobody ain't seeing it yet, huh? No. If I can see it, everybody see it. That what? They don't want to be that no more. Because they didn't do nothing, y'all. So LeBron James want to act like me. I'm a goddamn barber. He want to act like he cutting hair, ain't cutting nothing. He ain't even got no clippers. He ain't shit. Meanwhile, you ain't even get his show flopped. When I told you they control media, they was starting shit to keep the media going. Why? You going to talk about my show, not my game on the court. Meanwhile, his son was a bum. Y'all let him get away with that. Look, let me show you reality. LeBron TV show was only for 2 seasons. See the magic? Bingo. Guess what? The shit ended after 2020. Something like that. 2 seasons. What else we know? LeBron James content, his companies were flopping because I proved to y'all, they were using so much of fake numbers. That's why they were losing deals. Because you can lie about your numbers all day, y'all. But when you getting deals because of your numbers and your shit ain't proven, I proved it already. LeBron James company was flopping. He was losing millions. Why? On internet, fake numbers. Beyonce lost her Adidas deal. Flopping. Why? Internet, fake numbers. Which mean what? Nobody's buying that shit. Huh? I've been knew half these celebrities on YouTube right now got fake ass numbers. Yes, they do, bro. They do. They just do. They do. Because they got to keep it going. If any celebrity ever be seeing their numbers ain't real, they ass going to lose all their deals. They also know the magic trick is if their numbers low, you ain't going to watch their ass. Plus, when they got to play the celebrity game that they bigger than all of us, their numbers going to always be right. Because that's how they steal traffic. Because they know a lot of y'all dumb and y'all go for numbers. You saw 1,000,000 times. Look, y'all, look, I say, you go watch LeBron interview so long, what he going to tell you new? Nothing. Y'all watch all these people, what you get new? Nothing. I told you, just like them now. Meanwhile, you were based on numbers, but they knew all y'all was so dumb, you watch shit because of numbers. So that's why everything I've been saying, others been saying, y'all thought it was a joke. A lot of us been saying shit so long, we able to watch people stealing our shit without even stealing it because we bitch said it already. No, because y'all the ones. So my point is, everybody was chasing numbers. Y'all the one that jokes on y'all too. That's why I talk the way I talk too. Because I know a lot of y'all were always in numbers, but the numbers never meant nothing because LeBron never told you shit. Huh? He never told you been a Diddy party's not Diddy. All right then. Let's go forward. We ain't finished yet. Let's go, y'all. We just getting started. Told you, man. I'm back. Let's go. Because this week, she's back on the stand today, y'all. So I'm going to tell y'all all. You pay attention today. You listen today. Nail's going to get put in his coffin today. More. So according to Mia's testimony, Diddy immediately snapped to protect the mode. Allegedly, when it was said that even she seen some beatings, and Diddy was trying to control her too, the faceless woman. So as you see, immediately snapped to protect the mode and asked to have a doctor he knows called to tell them Cassie had fell and injured herself because she was drunk. Now check this out. This is very powerful. She is testifying in court. She saw Diddy basically crack Cassie's head and make her head leak. But you're not looking at that's a fear tactic, and that's also excuse and reason to make it stick that I didn't want that to happen to me too. That's the proof that he was vicious. When I'm around him, ain't no telling gonna crack my fucking head. Meanwhile, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what's in the court right now, gonna get his ass fried. When I said the Caucasians alone will get his ass fried, that's one of them. Throw Justin in there. Throw Justin Bieber in there. Some more people in there. All right? Remember that man face that was knocked out at the freakoff? Yeah, y'all. She is not only said that he RAP eater. That's one. She is also a witness of his behavior, and it's also her excuse of I'm just saying PTSD. Because if you never saw nobody's head get bust, PTSD. See how she can run with it? What I say, if you never heard gunshots and you moved to a neighborhood, you heard gunshots the whole year, you got PTSD. You ain't never heard no choppers and all that crazy shit, drive-bys, and you got PTSD. That's her. That's her excuse. Not we dealing with what? A medical issue, a mental issue. What else we know? My people that know court know what? When you got a person like her talking mental shit, and she got paperwork to prove that before she wasn't with Diddy, she wasn't on no meds, but after she was Diddy, she on meds. That's enough to get his ass fried, y'all. I'm telling you, when I tell y'all this last week been sticking, that's why y'all been hearing everything about the Diddy trial. Guess how I knew they was playing the game on the media. That's why I don't watch media. This how I know, right? When y'all was like, yo, who that? People didn't know who he was. That's not knew what was up. No, y'all, he was a witness. He was a witness. They were Diddy's immediate shooters at that time. That's why you're hearing the name of his organization. Who name you hearing? D-ROC. Huh? Who else had a worker deal? Roger Bonds. Who that? CASSIE. Where they at? Atlanta. Like I said, Ciroc boys. So, when we talk about this RICO, you got to go back. The time we're dealing with in court, the time they're dealing with is this time right here. When they were moving like a shiesty organization, because this is when they were doing the most dirt. When you heard about the freak-off stories with Cassie, any freak-off story you heard about Cassie, this when it was going down. Plus, you're not getting. They was from New York doing dirt in Atlanta. That's where the trafficking was coming at. When he was taking models to Atlanta and they getting freaky, that was the trafficking. When they're all over the East Coast, up and down, New York, Atlanta, Florida, trafficking, sex, hotel, get it? That was then. See, Cassie? Do you see the abuse? Or was Cassie turning into a little boy? Or was some nice Cassie walking around like that, sticking dildos in people? Huh? Tonight, Cassie, you ain't having no sex. We had threesomes, Cassie. Hell no. Your job was to put that strap on, Cassie. You give him a little head and shit. That's about it. Give him a little head, and that's right. Either you're going to take that dildo or you're going to put that strap on, Cassie. That's your job. That's what her and Diddy was doing. Don't get it twisted. If you think I believe Diddy would let somebody hit his girl while he did? I'm talking about a rapper. Hell no. Anybody participated in threesome with them, I know Diddy had their ass. for what they said. They're swingers. Genedeal said on interview what? That Kim Porter and him were swingers. Because everybody noticed already, y'all. Swingers. It's just that they were swingers with a man that was abusive and controlling. That's called they always delusional. You want me to swing, but then you get jealous. Delusional. No, that's y'all. See Cassie? He turned Cassie a little boy. See that? He gonna turn you into something. He had as a boy back then. She was one of the homies. Are you getting it? They always incriminated, y'all. That's why they all had to tell on each other. That's what you're watching too in the Rico. Y'all ain't getting that part neither. I'm talking about Cassie too. They all had to tell on each other. That's why. That's they was doing the dirt. But what y'all not getting? You ain't getting nothing about the victims because he's not charged with a RICO for what he did to his own organization. His organization is charged for what they did to other people. That's why I said, if you don't know the law, you don't get it anyway. His organization is in trouble for what they did to other people. It's not a RICO for Cassie, y'all. It's a RICO because he did it to men. Bow! So you mean to tell me, y'all, are people that stupid? But they don't get the whole concept of the baby all lace to knock your ass out. Well, what the do you think he had to knock men out for? Have you had any story in court about a woman being knocked out by Diddy and she woke up and was violated? Did you get that story yet? Or did you even get a concept of Diddy being charged for taking advantage of a woman that was knocked out? You keep hearing about him knocking Cassie out, right? All right, then. You didn't get it. So, if they said they had 1,000 bottles and this fool had shipments to his house, if they said they lied and said they got it from Costco's, and they went and called Costco's, and Costco's had to say, we don't sell baby oil. Who was the lace baby oil for? It's simple. But you still didn't get it. That what? Diddy and his team of culprits was doing it to men. That's what you don't get. And it was in freakoffs. That's why I told you the whole trial of Diddy, his whole behavior was explained what he do with models, but it's not just models, it's what he do with everybody in threesomes. That's what y'all not getting. The model was the example. The real people we did it to, the name shall remain nameless. Especially their money. The nameless ones snitched already. The ones that don't want that camera video come out, they work the deal. So what? Their name ain't coming out. Because Diddy is in trouble. His team is in trouble. See, this is how it works. You know why this shit is like this? Because they all got in trouble. All of their ass. But what happened? What y'all not getting is Tony Busby had over 100 people with stories. A lot of these stories given, his staff names was in it. That's why Hard P and this shit. Many stories are not going to be in court. But these stories and names were mentioned. Hit their names. His team. Who else? The woman named KK. His team, Ghislaine Maxwell. His team. They are the ones charging the RICO. For those who don't know the streets. The kingpin gets charged up. And then everybody here shooting get locked up. Everybody here selling drugs get locked up. Everybody here clearing his money get locked up. Everybody here doing shit get locked up. That's how it works. The thing is, some are going to tell before they go to court, work their deal. Some are going to testify in court to make it stick. But the team is already snatched up already. Meaning, everybody want to talk to, they talk to already. Why? They got the videos. They got phones. It's very simple. They probably say, hey, was this consensual or was it not? You know, if you say it's consensual, all right, you say it's consensual, you know we're going to leave this alone, right? No payouts. Okay. But if you say you got raped in this footage right here, sir, you get paid and your career will go on after that. Are you sure? Okay. This you in the video, right? Okay. So you cool with it? All right. Boom. That's it. Nobody stepping up. Why? They were dealing with it like a murder. They were dealing like a murder. I ain't snitching on Diddy, even though he was murdering their ass. I ain't telling nope. How I know that? Fool. I know if he rolled up on any rapper with that costume with big D-ROC with him and D-ROC got that pistol, I'm going to say, I swear to God, some telling me D-ROC was the one holding people arms, legs, choked out, all that, knocked out. I know it was D-ROC, y'all. So I already know what's up, man. I already know what's up. It's all the lads, but I'm just saying I'm not stupid. I know when they was together, they was doing dirt. And we talking about punk-ass rappers. And all these stories, I got him bending people over. Stories from New York. All over. No, he had goons doing it. But see, D-ROC was also being described as a bodyguard. That's why I've been told y'all, not genedeal, not, you know, that's his bodyguard right there, but he wasn't a real bodyguard. He was so my point is this. I know D-ROC for dirt. I also know Diddy was smart enough, if he's going to do real dirt, don't have no real bodyguards around. So that's why I assume whenever he had them doing bodyguard work, they were doing dirt. Very, very, very simple. Very simple. That means, to tell you the truth is, man, D-ROC could have shot and slayed people, man. Man, for all we know, he made D-ROC take Prince out. For all we know, he made him do all the dirty work, period. We don't know. All right, let's go. Oh, for those who just pulled up, what they saying? Diddy is linked heavily to 5 or more deaths. He's threatening witnesses from jail. To release him would be wrong and a travesty. I'm sorry, y'all, man. Every time I talk about that fruity stuff, man, I be hurting people's feelings, man. I ain't trying to do that shit no more, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm trying not to talk about this stuff, but I have to, man. All right, that's it. Sorry, man. So now you get it. Let's go. Diddy's RAPE accuser says his ex-bodyguard offered her a gift. You know why they said that? This will make it worse on him. They saying that D-ROC was trying to slickly get her address. Guess who said that about D-ROC? That woman by the name of Mia. Uh-oh. The main victim says she think D-ROC was trying to get her address, y'all. Wow. Also, don't forget, y'all forget, they also said it's a witness that's missing. Y'all forgot about that too. A witness, and I ain't talking about Aaron Hall neither. A witness went missing before this. Somebody was supposed to be a witness against him. Yup. And they say missing. They ain't say how or nothing. Let's go. Sean Diddy Combs' RAPE accuser Mia testified against him for a second day on Friday. See, I didn't know that. I told you this shit been downplayed. She told the jury that Combs' ex-bodyguard reached out after CASSIE Ventures lawsuit. So, see, remember I told you this shit was downplayed, right? That's why World News, this Business Insider. Diddytrial Business Insider, because he big business. He generated money. His money got to do with the black economy and his big business, because he represent what? The black economy. His money was made from what? The black economy. That's why they watching his ass, because he's a stock. His stock was up. He was a rich man. He was a favorite man to do business with, but now he's not. So they watching him like a stock market crashing. Business Insider. Now what they saying? They are saying that after the CASSIE lawsuit 2023, D-ROC tried to get the woman address. So that meant they was trying to clean their tracks up for a minute, and that ain't looking good for D-ROC. Because this woman on the stand, and she back on the stand today, y'all. So we get off here, we're going to be back at it. She on the stand saying that D-ROC tried to get her address, y'all, disguised as sending her flowers and gifts. Wow. Now, this after CASSIE got paid that $30 million, because why? Diddy knew what time it was. So this how I connect the dots, like I said. Everybody that was around Diddy at this time as in trouble. That's right. Either they're going to be charged, either they're going to be a witness, or they're going to say, what? I was abused. They made me do it. I told you, they smart. He made me do it. They don't got to stick to no black code. You get it? They ain't doing that. Guess who else will have a career after this? Guess who else will have a bigger career after this than before this case started? Let me see how smart y'all are. Guess who's going to be bigger than this after it's all said and done? Bingo. Bingo. When I tell you, ain't no losers in this. No. She back. But I told you, it's also part of the game how in the beginning, they were sacrificed. Guess who's going to get the glory? So look at Capricorn Clark and just know you're going to hear that name a lot and see a lot. And I'm going to tell you, wait on the book. Same thing with Cassie. Now, I also want you to say everybody's going to become a somebody off this Diddy trial. She will forever in history be one of the star witnesses in this shit. That's why I say, I know history, I know legacy now, y'all. A lot of y'all ain't getting it now, but most of the humiliating shit of this story will be told after you're dead. All right? The future generations will look at all this shit in horror. So, people like Capricorn Clark will be a star for this. Why? Interviews, platforms. She'll get paid. She'll be all right. But I just want you to see how the tables have turned. And I also want you to see how it is no such thing as being seen on TV of Diddy going to jail for another complexion. That's right. That's right. See, the abuse stick better. See, you ain't looking at it like, let's say Cassie Asian mixed with Hispanic. Well, that's the whole Hispanic community around the world mad at Diddy. That's the whole Asian community mad at Diddy all around the world. See that? Off the rip. This is what they do. They're abusive. Let's go. They're abusive. What Adele said. Adele said something about Beyonce. What Adele say? All right. Let's go, y'all. I just love y'all. Jurors were shown a text reading. I'm allowed to send my sister a gift sent to the witness by former bodyguard Damian D-ROC Butler. D-ROC. He was trying to send her a gift, and she had a text message. I'm allowed to send my sister a gift. My sister, what's the proof? They were all together. Like I said, they were a gang, fool. They were a team. It's just that Miss Capricorn got to tell. Mia got to tell. Cass had to tell. They all had to tell. They were a team. I know it's a lot more of them got questions. They ain't going to say nothing, though. The difference is Genedeal been working against Diddy outright, face to face. And Genedeal been working against Diddy since he's been out, since Diddy was free. So, hey, I know what's up. That's why I respect Gene. He did his job for real. He ain't hide nothing. See, Genedeal didn't go behind the curtain and do some shit. He let it be known off the rip. So, do you think they questioned Gene? I don't know. But if they did, I wouldn't be surprised. And if he trashed Diddy ass, I wouldn't be surprised either. But that, he let it be known. I don't rock with that man. So, guess what else will happen after this case? After the case, Genedeal book will be even bigger. He been trying to sell his book, right? When nobody was listening, right? You know, they don't read. They didn't support the book. But now, his book gonna blow up forever to the day he died. Because of the Diddy trial. Like I said, being that Gene always went against Diddy, he gonna be a hero in this shit for us. He always will be the face of that guy that always went against Diddy. And he will be remembered for that. 50 years from now, Genedeal will be remembered as the man that always went against him. Meaning, he stood up against that man when he was free. He didn't stop. And Gene's gonna become more of a hero when it's all said and done. And he's gonna live on through that book. That's right. Remember I told y'all back the books? It is. Y'all history being erased because y'all had to get tricked to get off everything physical. That's why you're going to see when I tell you using a fake world, one day I'm going to prove how using a fake world. But using a fake world to the point where it's not a coincidence everything y'all were doing with digital, which means everything y'all did could be erased. Everything y'all did could be deleted. And then I'm going to prove to y'all later on how everybody's back and everything physical. Both. Analog, digital. Yep. When I tell you I put in a fake world, I'm going to throw this at you hip-hop heads. Guess who's using the real? Guess who back using equipment? Guess what? Any of y'all was making beats on a computer, you lying to yourself, you'll never know a real producer. Guess what? All y'all claim y'all make music and music produced on this computer, but I bet you don't know about hardware. You don't know about machinery. Well, I'm just going to say this. I done learned that other people around the world, they're a younger generation, they're getting back into hip-hop and rap equipment and all that. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So, we're going to talk about that another time. When you got in the world of this digital shit, everything been fake since the DVD era. Everything been fake. Did you know the CD was a hologram? Y'all been in a holographic life. Meanwhile, you got a trick to get rid of all your physical shit. How many of y'all still got physical album books? Your real history, your real photo albums. You don't got those, do you? How many of y'all have portraits of your family? What's going to be like your family never existed? Don't forget that. It's going to be like y'all never fucking existed one day. Why? When it's going to be one day, it's not going to be nothing left. Meaning, it's not even a lot of pictures left for y'all in physical. Y'all whole world been fake, guys. Everything y'all been doing been on this internet. And I tell you, this internet been y'all reality. It has. People thought they were producers making music. Bro, you was making it from the house. Guess what happened? When y'all was making all that rap music on the computer, guess what they were doing? Copying it, studying it, put it in a database, teaching it now. Did you know hip-hop is a course now? You get salary to teach that shit? I'm just going to tell you, man. So much stuff we're going to talk about this year. On that note, y'all stay tuned. We ain't finished yet. Hell no, we doing a recap. Top of the top. Yeah, I'm back. I ain't never go nowhere. But I got some real shit coming out. So look, right? Their organization, because they were running around tormenting the industry. But Usher, Kevin Hart, willing participants. Why LeBron James don't want to be black no more, y'all? You tell me that. Because you know what's up, right? Okay. But why this man falling out on Diddy starting? Okay. And why they saying Diddy's a monster? Well, the part of Diddy as a monster, that's what's being proven in court right now as we speak. Then you're going to see, like I said, see that black woman face? That ain't a crime. Sorry. We ain't going to see that. But what he did was a crime. All right, so like I said, it's no coincidence. Soon as Zion start looking like Diddy, he get in trouble. Because they saying that this man was horrific. Now, I don't know. I kind of thought Zion was like a good guy. I didn't think he would do nothing like that. But I also know a lot of them are stupid, and they don't know how to be around women like that. And I can't see his dumb ass getting too drunk because he's just a big goofy. And it was said that when he was drinking, he get abusive. So allegedly, a woman who says she was in a long-term relationship with Zion Williamson has filed a civil suit in California accusing the NBA star of RAPE, assault, and kidnapping during the course of their time together. The lawsuit obtained by Fox 8 was filed under Jane Doe. See, ain't nobody name on it. Outlines allegations that span several years in multiple states. So look, y'all, California, Louisiana, and Texas. His ass gonna get fried. A plaintiff claims she began dating Williamson in 2018 while he was playing college basketball. You mean to tell me everything from the TV they do for real? Like, he got with this chick as soon as he got to college. He got with the girl. They still go for that shit. How they put girls on him. He was playing for Duke University. She says he began the abuse shortly after he was drafted by the Pelicans. Meanwhile, a lot of y'all don't know, Zion has been trying to get off the Pelicans. He's been trying to force a trade. He's been doing a lot. Zion got a lot of free money, y'all. He did not play one season. He did not do shh. And guess what they doing? Goodbye. This is how they going to get out their contract. He's an idiot. Once again, one coin. His face on the front, John Moran on the back. The coin is called idiot, and it ain't worth a penny. That's him. That's John Moran. Y'all new name is CFU. Certified F-Ups. That's y'all new gang. But then again, we made that name back in the day for y'all. That's right. You a certified F-Up, certified loser. That's y'all. All right? Team loser, y'all. That's it. So I tell you, it ain't about we, it's about you. Long as you know what you got to do, who you are, don't worry about we, because we ain't doing nothing. Get it? We ain't doing nothing. This is about what they did. This is about when Diddy went talking junk, talking about he going to turn the black community against him. He was talking about what we going to do. But now he in that cell by himself. So learn about Diddy. When you talk about we, ain't no such thing as we. You was told what? Born alone, die alone. What part you ain't get? So that's why I say, ain't about money. You got to prove money don't what? Buy your freedom. Money don't save your ass because you born alone, you going to die alone. You were born without money, you going to die without that shit. but you're going to spend your whole life trying to convince me you the greatest. That's what y'all going to do. But it ain't going to work on me because I don't believe nothing you talking about till I see it. All I see is failure. That's right, satisfactory. Now, winning in one department, but in behavior, failing. What they say? Well, he is very smart, but his behavior, it is just terrible. Put him in special ed. That's Diddy. It's called what? Put him in jail. Matter of fact, get rid of their ass. Get them out of here. On that note, I ain't done yet, but then again, I think I am. Because I got more coming, y'all. So you see it, right? The trial starts back up. LeBron don't want to be black. He was faking like a barber. Fool ain't never sat in a barber shop, got his hair cut. Fool been picked up by a white man since he was 15. All right? That fool never sat in a barber shop. Every haircut he got was a portable barber. That's right. This fool acting like he in a barber shop. Acting like he black. Here's the black card. See the black card? No. Those are called, those been the new black people. That's right. Black men that look like fake ass rock and rollers. All right? Back then to this day, this how the cool white hipsters look. All right? Black men, you got turned into black hipsters, meaning black hippies, aka black punks. That's what it means. Punk rock, hippie, right? That's y'all. The black man is. Look, y'all. LeBron told on that black man shit. He don't want to be black no more now, y'all. Social justice. No. You know this shit called you need justice for yourself. That's right, LeBron. No, y'all don't know where the black shit at. Where the chains at, bro? Where the do-rag? Huh? Where the rings and shit? No. That shit, no. See that? No. They were breeding a culture, what you see now. Men sitting around just like that with microphones and talking with their pinkies and crossing their legs. No, y'all, they breeded this shit. You just ain't think 5 years will fly that quick, did you? 5 years have flown, y'all, 2025. We 5 years into this decade already, man. People still playing around. So I keep telling you, man, as long as you know this stuff had to come to an end, as Diddy and all this shit dies, it's time for you to come up and be something new. On that note, I'm going to holler at y'all later. I got more coming this week. Y'all pay attention. Members, get ready. It's summertime. Y'all know how I do. Exclusives get ready in the summer. All right? As this weak-ass Diddy shit play out, I'm going to come with that real content. Trust me on that. This Diddy shit to me ain't about nothing. This shit is boring. It's horrible. It's miserable. It's whack. It's trash. But you just pay attention to what I'm coming with this week. All right? You just pay attention. So don't forget, it's playing out of your face. You the predator and the prey. It's called surviving the game. But somehow everybody's losing. Huh? Everybody losing. Because surviving the game meant don't die, don't fail. But it's called surviving because you're going to do that shit every day. Meanwhile, you're going to see, y'all, everything ain't funny because the joke's on you. That's right. So if you were so proud of this, now you got to be ashamed of that. That's how it's meant to be, y'all. It ain't me. So I got love for people, but that's a crime, remember? So I'm going to just play my position. On that note, I appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to the family, members only. Coming soon, everybody on green, moderated, people that been down from day one, everybody that caught the live. Hit the subscribe button. Everybody hit his like button. Leave comments every day. Participate in a show that we got on this internet. That's what we going to do. All right? I just kind of have fun. I'm going to holler at y'all later and miss me with all that dark depressive shit. So, don't care about Zion. Don't care about none of them black bastards because they are suffering from the life they live. It's called them motherfuckers are miserable because they sign their life away and they're in slave deals. And they're not happy because their whole life somebody got to tell them, do this, do that, catch this plane. You do this, you do that, count your money, check this. Hey, we got to go here, we got to do this. Their whole fucking life, y'all. Then when they by themselves, they're dysfunctional. They can't even sit with their girl, have a decent conversation. They can't do nothing without nothing. Then again, they make her run around so long, of course they be horny for sex because they can't even do that when they want to. They always control. Always control. Always control. No, y'all. Now you see what happens for the money. But just remember this one part. Diddy, Zion, all of them are showing you why they now got the proof and excuse to not pay nobody no big money like that no more ever again. That's all you got to know. All right, that's it. No more money just because. You're going to get that money and you're going to be happy just to be participating. You're going to be happy to be around like it used to be. And that's what's happening. So y'all enjoy y'all day. What's up, everybody? Britt, Stellar, Black Samurai. What's up, Daddy Girl 9, H-Town, LJ, Tamika. All right, y'all. Holler at y'all later. Y'all stay tuned. Like I said, today, a very important witness on the stand. That woman Mia is the truth in this case. Meaning that's the one laying down laying them nails down. So on that note, we're gonna pay attention. We're gonna get out of here. Holler all y'all. One. Yeah, people miserable. You see, like that's what I'm telling y'all. It's like that's why I do these things. Like also when I took off 2 days just chilling, I was able to see. Like I said, y'all, this shit. I study the real world every day, so that's what I do. Like I see people enjoying their life, y'all. I just see so much good stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth, man. Then I know when I tap into this department, I see it clear as day. It's like, here we go again. It's like that. That shit feel like when you don't want to go to work. It's like that. I'm talking about dealing with a particular department, period. Feel like you got to go back to work. Like, all right, got to deal with this shit. Here go this diddytrial shit again. Oh, here come this Zion. What's next? All right, what's next? All right, it's going to be some more bad shit. All right, what's coming? Like, when you at work, you know you're going to have that bad day. You just be waiting. Like, all right, here you go. That's how it is, y'all. This shit be like that now. Meaning, I know it's no more joy. That's the only joy I get is the fun I have. So that's it. Other than that, it's designed for you to have no fun. So if you don't have the will to live your life and have fun and I'm talking about be happy, you ain't gonna have no happiness because it's people out here making their job is to make sure your ass ain't never happy. All right, keep being wrapped up in fucking characters and shit. You was that mad over the Transformers? You know what I'm saying? They know this shit. Yo, the biggest prank was ever played. Y'all swear to God. When I go into the real history of hip hop music, I'm gonna go into the history of that shit before Ben Body even touched the damn equipment. I'm gonna go into before they even touched the damn equipment, and I'm gonna prove to you how that shit was a plan. Everything to this day, how you love their ass. Nope. Everything to this day. So the more I look at it, the more it's like, the more I see it clear, but it's also the more I see people brainwashed. Like, yo, this shit was made up by some people. The people knew exactly what that shit was going to do, and they used it for exactly they wanted to use it for, and the same people was able to watch this shit work, and then watch us talk about hip-hop like it's our shit, and talk about this, that, third, and this, that, and them white people doing this, and them people stealing our shit, and all this shit. Meanwhile, they just been laughing at all of us like, they have no clue. They have no clue. I'll give a clue. Well, same way when you heard about them marching, some of them people were marching. You thought they were, oh, it's nice them people with them. No, they was in your neighborhood fucking that shit up too. That's why I say, yeah, they wasn't just marching. They was in there to fuck some shit up too. But I'm just gonna tell y'all this, man. All this shit was a plan. We out.